to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Bryan pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty
Hey enthusiasts, what's going on? This is Salty Language, episode 221.
221?
Yes, sir.
That means we are the, 221st podcast. I'm starting to run out of things to say
We're
here.
the 221st?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's our legion.
I don't like that, yeah.
Representing the 221st. Hoorah!
Yeah. All week there was something I was going to say after, you do the We Are the Whateverist podcast on the network, and I totally can't remember what it was, so, oh well.
All I'm going to say is, still alive.
Right? Either that or I've come up with quite an elaborate facsimile of you, so.
Right?
Either way, yes, science.
Yes, science. So how the hell you been, Brian? It has been over a week since we recorded, despite the fact it's Tuesday.
Yeah, I know, right? It's weird recording this early in the week again. Because I remember we used to do that a little bit, like way back in the day.
Yeah, the dawn of Salty Language.
Right.
Tuesday was the birthday or whatever.
Yep.
It was the day we would get together and we would consummate an episode. Not consummate, that's not the right word.
No.
Conceive an episode.
That's also not entirely factual or accurate, but man, whatever, close enough.
Works.
Yeah. I guess. We did bring it to life and all, so I don't know. And now all we have are these awful, like, saggy former feeding titties, but whatever.
That's all right.
But 221, that's a pretty good run, right?
It's a good run.
It's a good place to stop. Nice round number.
Yeah, the 2 and the 2 and the 1, they're way.
Yeah. I always figured if we were going to just randomly, we're like, all right, we're going to stop the show, it needs to be on some just arbitrary number. It can't be like if we were at that point right now, go, yeah, let's get 2 1/4. Let's hit 2,
right.
Be like, no, I want to hit 227.
Right, exactly.
That way we can put some Jack A in there. And anyway, we're not going to go back into old TV shows. But,
I'm not opposed to going into the old TV shows.
No, let's not do that tonight.
All right, fair enough.
We have too many other things to discuss.
All the things and
I
stuff.
Guess. Yeah, so today I'm on the phone with, everybody. I had to, this is such a mess. I have to go for like some sort of like a physical evaluation deal.
Right.
And the write-up that my doctor gave me for it doesn't have any sort of diagnosis on there. So when I called the physical therapy place I have to go to have this test done, the woman's like, well, first of all, most insurances don't cover this because the insurance companies would rather you spend the money on treatment, like going to physical therapy or what have you, rather than yep, there's something wrong with him, you know? So she's like, but with no diagnosis on the form from your doctor, she's like, I would pretty much say you have no chance of them covering it. And I was like, okay. And she's like, and this is like a $600 test. And I was like, like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that then. So
I'm not swinging that.
Yeah. So, you know, called the attorney that's representing me and got some stuff squared away to where it looks like I can do it. But now I still have to wait. I had to call my doctor's office to ask them to do a new order so that I can, a new world order, if you will. No.
Wow, nice.
Sweet. So that I can get this done. And they were like, well, like the doctor's office is like, well, we don't really know. And I'm like, it's the same thing. I was like, you know, I've asked you to release my medical records for certain purposes. It's the same.
Release them.
It's like, it's the same stuff, you know? So, and then my insurance won't cover one of my medicines because it's not a life-saving medicine. I think I talked about this before. But it's for my gout. So it's pretty necessary, you know? And they're like, oh, if you get a pre-authorization form, you know, have your doctor fill this out, we'll cover it. I'm like, all right. Go to my doctors, and I'm like, hey, I need this form. They're like, yeah, the insurance company usually provides these. And I'm like, and I'm like, well, the insurance company told me that if you call them, they'll fax one over to you. And they were like, okay. So I left them the phone numbers, get a call today, and they're like, yeah, those numbers don't work, which I think they're just stupid. But
you ever considered firebombing this place?
Oh, dude. So then they're like, you need to call your pharmacy to get the number they use to contact the insurance company. Then call us back. And I'm like, okay. So I call the pharmacy, and the girl I talked to had no idea what I was talking about. Like, not because she was bad at her job or anything, but because apparently no one ever calls for this purpose.
Right.
So I'm like, you know, and I'm going through this, and I'm like, yeah, and at one point she was like, can you repeat that? And I was like, yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, my brain's already fried from dealing with this stupidity all for over an hour already, you know? And so I explain it again, and she's like, well, let me talk to someone else and see if I can find. So like 5 minutes later, I get the phone number, but she's like, we don't have a fax number. We just have a phone number. I'm like, well, that's going to have to be good enough, you know?
Right.
So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call the insurance company again and be like, give me the fax number, you know? So I call them, I get
sure.
And the woman I talked to, she's like, well, I have to refer you to the pre-authorization department. And I'm like, you can't just give me the fax number for that department? No, I have to
pre-authorize before they can authorize.
Apparently. So the woman from the pre-authorization department answers, and she's like, how can I help you? I'm like, I just need y'all's fax number because, you know, I've already talked to someone, and they said blah, blah. She goes, oh, okay. And she's like, didn't whoever you I was like, no. She just transferred me. And she's like...
Bless you.
And she's like, yeah, you know, so here's the phone number. I get it. I call back, and I'm like, oh my God. So, and I have to go to a neurologist because of the headaches I've had for years. I called their office, and a voice message plays that says, thank you for calling the doctor's office. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Please call back during business hours. I look at the clock, and I'm like, today's Tuesday. I'm calling it 2:30. Pretty sure that falls between Monday and Friday, 9 to 4.
Let me check my calendar here. Yes, so
now,
far you're correct.
Now, maybe they meant 9 p.m. to 4 a.m.
They forgot to mention their 2.5 hour lunch.
I actually think that's what it was at first. You know, so I'm like, well, I'll call back. Call back at like 3:30. And got the same thing. So I'm like, maybe they're just closed today and they didn't change or put anything up, you know. But so I spent.
What was today? International Canadian Goose Day or something?
Yeah, they're celebrating the regime change in Canada, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Partied too hard last night. Knocking back Molsons and Labatt's, eh?
Little Moosehead.
So I'm on the phone today, like an hour and a half, and I get done, and I'm like, I got, like, jack and shit accomplished, basically. I spent all that time and got almost nothing done.
That sounds like, the American medical system.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is something, isn't it, Brian? It is something.
Oh, it is certainly something. I can think of all sorts of words to fit into that space, but anyway. Yeah, so that's pretty much been my, that was my day today. So other than that, not a whole lot's gone on.
I dealt with a dumbass old guy today, if you want to.
Awesome. Yeah, let's
He
hear
thought
it.
he was so clever. I was just pulling into Costco to get some gasoline.
Right.
I had my earbuds in, listening to a podcast.
Now, when Tony says pulling into Costco to get gasoline, he's actually siphoning it from gas tanks of shoppers.
Yes.
He's not using their gas pumps.
No,
So.
what are you kidding me? But, so I roll in, and I have to wait for this, because they have the parking lot attendants or the gas station attendants or whatever you want to call them. And they're always old dudes.
Mm.
And he's got his broom and dustpan. He's standing right in front of the gas pump, so I could have run him over, I guess.
Yeah,
But
then maybe that's what he wanted. Maybe
Maybe.
he's taking the stuff with him.
the sweet release of death that
Maybe
he's looking for.
Yeah, he brought that dustpan and broom with him from home, and
But so he finally notices me, and he kind of squeezes against the pump, but he's still sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up, but I can't open my door because he's right there, but my
Right.
window's down. So I'm like, "Hey man, how's it going?" Like hoping to get his attention.
right.
And he's like, "I'm good. How are you?" I'm like, "I'm all right." He's like, "You're all right, but you're all there. There's both halves of you. If you were all right, you'd only have your right hand side, not your left hand side."
It's like, dude, you're standing in my way. You can't drop dad humor on me right
Exactly.
now.
So I was just like, okay. Give him one. He's like, "Okay, buddy."
Yeah.
But he gets finally out of the way. So I get out and I start getting, perfect squared away, start pumping gas.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back over. He's like, "You ever been to Engagement, Ohio?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." He's like, I got a meeting there I gotta go to, and I'm not sure exactly where it's at. I'm like, I've never heard of it. I'm just trying to get him to go away.
No idea, yeah.
He's like, Engagement, Ohio. A friend of mine told me it's between Dayton and Marion.
Oh, God.
I wanted to like pull the pump out and spray him down, throw him at him.
Now, before we get too much further, for those who do not know, Dayton and Marion are both cities in Ohio, and
Yeah.
Engagementville or whatever the hell you said is
If there ever
not.
need to be like a surprise RKO.
Right. Spin kicks for Jesus, but we'll get to that.
Karate kicks for Jesus.
Karate kicks, sorry. Whatever. Jesus accepts spin kicks, too.
I'm sure he does.
He's not picky. He also accepts axe kicks and what are the other ones? I can't
You have
remember.
to just standard front kick.
Yeah, front kicks. Wheel kick or I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. So that was my getting gasoline experience, dealing with the old yucker, the vaudeville act that's out in the parking lot.
Fozzie
sleeping on
Bear
the box.
working the parking lot.
Yeah, really.
Hey, have you heard of Engagement Land? It's between Dayton and Marion. Waka waka waka.
Yeah, take my wife, please. Yeah.
Oh boy, you should have went inside to Costco and been like, yeah, your gas is cheaper and all, but I don't need the show with it.
Yeah, like, are you aware there's a crazy old coot out there?
Yeah, can't you just give me
dumb not even one-liner, shooting dumb old jokes at people?
until you find out they're like, sir, we don't have anybody that works out there that meets your description.
What?
It's all in your
Parking lot ghost.
What a terrible ghost. He haunts the Costco gas station parking lot. What a shitty assignment that is when you're drawing straws. They're like, all right, so here's what needs to happen. Bill, we're going to need you to haunt the Costco gas station today. And you have to read from this book of one-liners or like dad jokes.
It's like going to Costco to complain. They're like, sounds a lot like Carl, but he died 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. He was the best at sweeping the parking lot we've ever had.
But man, his joke sucked.
That was eventually his downfall. He bent over to do some sweeping and someone ran him over. I think they heard his jokes first,
4
though.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a horrible afternoon right there. Plus, being back at work for the first time since Wednesday.
Yeah, I could see where.
Kind of stuck too.
Yeah, I could see where you wouldn't be too excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's nice to get back to reality, but it's like, oh yeah, I forgot this place is a 3-ring circus.
Right.
Without one extra, there's plenty of clowns. Never mind.
Yeah. Certainly. Yeah. It's probably just mostly clowns, actually, which would be a weird circus.
Oh boy, that would be a weird circus. Even weirder pornography. It's just called "It's Mostly Clowns."
Well, I was
Oh,
talking.
the title's accurate.
True, yeah, right. Oh boy. Oh man, they're all squirters too.
Yeah.
So, I was talking with Fluffy Bunny Ash that we reference on the show enough, and
Yes.
this morning, and we were talking about. I don't know if you heard or not. Like they're talking that there's going to be a Hellfire Club TV show.
Oh, I had not heard that. That's
Yeah,
kinda cool.
yeah. And we were talking about. I was like, that could be kind of cool, except that it's on Fox, and that immediately cools me on the idea. But
Right.
anyway, we were talking about what was it? Oh, that they should bring like the casting from first X-Men First Class. January Jones and Kevin Bacon, and I forgot who played not Sebastian Shaw. That's Kevin Bacon.
Sebastian Bach.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Now, I got my fill of him watching Trailer Park Boys. He's in a good amount of episodes. Anyway, at one point I went to type to her about how, they did a good job casting in First Class. And I caught it before it went through, but she almost received something that said, they did a good job casting Fist Class. And she's like, wow, that's my new favorite pornography.
Fist Class.
Fist Class. And I was like, hey, proper technique, it's important.
You gotta have your proper technique.
Right? Safety first.
I think you can't just go throwing jabs all willy-nilly.
No, you can't just go elbow deep right away or something.
No,
I mean,
I was gonna say, what is this, a horse birth?
Maybe it is.
Jeez.
Maybe it is. Oh, boy. So, yeah.
Sweet, delicious water.
Dave. Your body's like, what's this clear stuff that you're drinking? I don't...
Start rejecting it.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine. Well, I guess... Yeah, that's all I had. So you want to tell your
The
Tales from the
Chronicles
Drunk
of-
Side, Part
Yeah.
2? Because...
Part-
I mean, it's actually part 3 for you, but I don't think you chronicled one of the trips. Because I think it was before...
I did, but I don't think it's much.
Okay. So I was going to say, there's one you went pretty in-depth in,
Yeah.
and then there... you know what? I think you're right. Like, I think
last
the other
one I
one...
went in depth in because it was madness, and then the one before was just kind of like, it was still madness, but in a different way.
Yeah.
It was madness, and like, oh my god, this is overwhelming.
It certainly wasn't macho madness.
Oh no. Macho Man says it is.
Nice.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
well, you can't argue with that, would he? He could drop an elbow from heaven on you right now.
Exactly.
He could be anywhere.
The God's elbow coming descending from the clouds.
That'd be awesome. Like Zeus, instead of throwing lightning bolts down, he just throws Macho Man with the force,
Like, look, Dad, a shooting star. It's actually Macho Man.
Well, yeah, and the stars are just the stars on his trunks, Oh,
Nice.
right? His elbow hits, and it's like an atomic explosion,
Exactly. It's like some Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he is, his final form.
He is his final form.
I don't think he's changing anymore. Yeah, dead. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sure people, because I brought up last week, I know because I just listened to Jeannie and my eyes appearance on Daft Pod today, which I should just listen to the beginning and the end.
Which I still haven't listened to because of the
Why-
Dude, it was funny because the other night, like the way my playlist was, like Daft Pod was there, and then Geek Dig, and I was like, oh my god, that's 5 hours of Tony.
Hilarious.
So I listened to the Geek Dig, but
No, because I missed like the first probably 15 or 20 minutes was just Jeannie. I didn't, because obviously I was on the show. And the last like half hour, 20 minutes, it's very spotty. 'Cause I was
Right.
knocking back beers the whole time.
Sure, as is tradition, right?
As is tradition. But I brought it up on there too. But yeah, I went on to Key West for
What would a partial, a salty language Daft Pod kind of crossover be without someone getting shit faced?
This is very true.
Yeah, I think it's
As
the new
is
tradition. Exactly.
I'm pretty sure most of us were getting shit faced.
Yeah, so I'm the only one who hasn't then at this point.
Well, hear that, Neil Nowise? Let's do it.
I guess we're going to have to straighten this out.
Oh, well, let's do it.
We'll do it. All right.
Hey, so yeah, I went on to luxurious, majestic Key West for fun in the sun and like historical tours and scuba diving.
I feel like you're kind of.
drank.
I was going to say, I feel like you're doing a voiceover for like a fabulous vacation. Someone just went on Wheel of Fortune.
Come see the Hemingway house.
Drink like he did.
Historic roads on scooters.
Awesome.
Drink like a,
Can you drink yourself to death in the Hemingway house?
Maybe not in it, but definitely around it.
No, it's not the same. Well, he probably didn't drink himself to death in the house.
Yeah.
It was probably
Maybe
done mostly at the
stumbled
bars.
and fell into the yard or
Yeah. Bare-assed. Presenting, in fact. Like over a stump or something.
All his 6-toed cats start eating his face.
Right. Oh, face, right? Not where I thought you were going to go. Thought you were going to go to the old backdoor fancy feast.
They got a whiff of that, and they're like, we can't do that. That's not for us. That fancy feast is expired. More ways than one.
Oh, shit. All right.
But no, we our flight didn't leave till like noon. But we got to the airport about 11 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The other two gentlemen in our party were already there. Weird sitting at the bar already.
That's shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're like, all right, we'll have a beer, whatever. But we had weird flights. Because, like, 3 of us were on a flight to Charlotte. The other guy took a flight 2 hours later to Charlotte.
Okay.
Right? Meanwhile, we land in Charlotte. And we have to wait 2 hours for him to show up. And then we all fly together.
That's weird. All right.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what happened there.
Yeah, that's really some odd. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very bizarre.
Yeah.
But I mean, Detroit airport, whatever, had a beer, hopped on a plane.
Right.
When we landed in Charlotte, though.
Charlotte where? Charlotte where?
North Carolina.
Wait, where?
Oh, North Carolina.
All right. I figured you were just going to fire that up.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Sorry.
But we had time to kill, so we got some food, and look, there's a nice bar like right in the middle of the airport. Good people watching.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a couple IPAs and stuff I never had before.
Mm-hmm.
Started hammering back some beers, feeling all right.
Right.
My Peanut, my soon-to-be brother-in-law, that's his nickname he's had for a long time because he's an old dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
He elbows me because when we're sitting there having some beers, this like smoking brunette woman came and sat down next to him. Right? He starts telling me, he's like, hey, this chick was out in the Big Brother house not that long ago. And I'm like, okay, do you watch? Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
Well, it turns out, she was some chick from Big Brother. So he was striking up. I'm surprised he didn't get a picture with her. He just had this long conversation with her, which she probably wanted to kill herself.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah.
But, whatever. But, the other guy shows up. Finally, we leave.
That was the flying noise, I believe, right? Yeah.
Now, mind you.
Now, did you make that noise the whole time on the flight?
I did. I had my arms out.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I had my propeller hat on.
Awesome.
Now, on this plane, we're walking in, and there's an interesting mix of people getting on this plane. It's either old people or, like, younger, decently attractive people.
Okay. And you guys.
And us.
Yeah.
So,
well, they could see anyone who thinks I was just insulting you there. Slow down, because I may have been paying you a compliment. I wasn't,
Maybe.
But I may have been.
But so we all get our seats, and I'm looking around. I got Peanut next to me. He's sitting next to some little cutie college girl, and they're already talking.
Right.
And I look up here. It's one of the dudes. He's sitting next to another cutie, and then across the aisle from him, directly in front of me, are 2 more cuties, and then the other guy sitting next to another one. Right. I look over to my left.
Gargoyles.
Basically, no. It was one dude that he's probably I can't I should disrespect him, but he's probably like a Civil War veteran or something. Dude is so old,
right?
He's so shaky,
right? I think he probably rode like a dinosaur in the war or something.
Yeah, exactly. He was a Stegosaurus general.
Yeah. He met Columbus when he got here.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, whoa, this guy's going to pass out and die in any second. So, but, because we're in the zone now.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, airplane beers.
Obviously.
Like some airplane beers.
You got to try to break Andre the Giant's record, like on It's Always Sunny. Have you seen that episode?
I have not seen that
Oh,
one.
Jesus. It's like the first episode of, I think, last season.
Okay, I'm not that far in.
The gang basically decides, because, there's the rumor that Andre the Giant drank, I don't know, what is it, like 40 or 50 beers or something in like one flight. So they took the same flight that he did, basically, and they were trying to beat the record.
That's hilarious.
And it's like the whole episode pretty much takes place on the plane.
I need to watch this
it's
episode.
not like a bunch of locations. Well, that show's not big on a ton of locations, but it's all pretty much like just on the plane. Just them being assholes to each other on the plane. It's pretty awesome.
Right. So we're having airplane beers.
Right.
But, so everyone's talking. We're all talking to each other.
Right.
Air
sodas. Air sodas.
Air soda.
Right.
Yes. Air sodas. I love that. That's great. I got my one earbud in because I listened to the podcast. I got the other one out, so if anyone says, like, hey, Tony, I can hear them.
Right.
But as I'm kind of, like, popping out, because I kind of had it in and out a little bit. Yeah. I hear in front of me, the woman sitting in front of me, she goes, and then they killed him with a penis spear. And I'm like, it was like the record scratch, which I really should have that sound effect.
Yeah, right.
And I had to, like, poke my head around the seat. I'm like, did you just say penis spear? It was actually me. Now I remember, it's me and there's one of the blonde cuties. We're making eye contact, like, and then I said, did you just say penis spear? And the blonde chick was like, yeah, you're really listening in on the wrong conversation. Well, I guess we're talking about American Horror Story.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I know. Okay, now I know what you're talking about, actually. All right.
Yeah. No idea.
Yeah.
But, so I don't know if you pay attention to Instagram or whatever, but this woman sitting in front of me, she turns on and looks at me, and we start talking about penis spears.
Right.
And she's like, if I see you on the island, I'm either shaving your beard or braiding it. That's who braided my beard.
Okay.
Later in the Instagram feed.
Right.
But, okay, we land, because that was pretty much the extent of it. It just was penis spear talk and more air sodas.
That sounds pretty accurate to most of your travels. Yeah.
Pretty accurate, exactly. Yeah. So we land, we get to our lovely, bed and breakfast after a thrilling taxi ride. And because yes, we stayed at a bed and breakfast.
Right. Naturally. I mean, finally it was nice for, you guys to get away as a couple.
Exactly.
Not you and your wife, but you and random guys.
me and Peanut.
Right. Which really sounds like a horrifying movie. And I only say that because you are involved.
Right. I want to get this picture. I want to make this all photoshopped up, and I want to reenact the movie box art of Mac and Me.
Oh, I thought, okay, in my head, it was My Giant with Billy Crystal and...
That would work too.
All right.
So, but this bed and breakfast, and it's ran by a lovely couple, Les and Paul. And I remembered it just because I was like, oh, Les Paul guitars.
Right,
so I remembered it,
Sure.
But the decor was a little strange. Because there was fucking rubber ducks everywhere.
All right, that's kind of weird.
It was a little weird. Mm-hmm. But, we walked in, they're like, hey, you guys want a beer? And they hand us beers, and they're like,
yeah.
Now, here's the thing. If you need a beer, you have to ask us. Because you can't reach into our fridge without a food service license.
Okay.
Like, okay.
That sounds fair enough. Yeah, as long as you're available, that seems fair. If you're not, all bets are off.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But so they start showing us around. And go outside, and it's got a nice patio, a couple tables. It's got a pool that's about the size of my dog's kennel. The pool was
so a hot tub.
They had a hot tub that was bigger than the pool.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then it has this really steep spiral staircase that leads up to this sun deck that I never went up on.
Mm.
Because
that's where all the nude sunbathing is done.
Probably. Mm-hmm. Oh, and they also had an outdoor shower that was all fenced in, so you couldn't see. And they're like, oh, if you want to, some people just like to shower in the outside. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
they want to have that. They want to experience the outdoor shower.
Well, they might be.
And other things. But so we get a room, and I walk in, and it's just like a futon, folded in the couch form.
Yeah.
And then a king size bed, and I'm like,
Looks like
And-
Peanut's getting the futon.
Yeah, exactly. And then Paul's like, well, we could fold this into another bed. We're both like, yeah, that's kind of what we want.
Yeah.
And I gave him the option because I'm a nice guy. I'm like, you can pick whatever bed you want. I don't really care. He's like, look at me. I'll take the futon.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't lie. You walked in, you just like shoved, grabbed him by the top of the head, and you were like, futon's yours. Or I'll give you the choice, futon or floor.
Bitch.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm feeling pretty good, though,
Yeah.
with air sodas, bed and breakfast sodas,
Right.
all that.
Right.
And we find out where the rest of the guys are because the rest of the guys flew in at they probably landed at 10.
Yeah.
So they've been there all day already.
Which is,
So,
phew.
yeah. But we find out where they're at, and we go meet them and start immediately playing B as the face,
As is tradition, right?
as is tradition. Now, this night, I don't know how late I stayed up, to be honest. Get away from me, you savage. I don't know how late I stayed up.
Yeah.
But at some point, I was just like, I gotta amscray because I'm gonna die. Yeah.
Right.
I'm tired from all the travel. I need to go home and just go to bed.
Right.
Which I did. And here's what I was like, I walk into bed and breakfast. I'm like, they have beer in their fridge. I'm gonna get a beer. They have this giant chain and padlock wrapped around the fridge.
Somebody warned him that the raccoon was coming.
I was like, all right, I guess I'm not getting a beer. And I walk out on a patio, and on one of the furniture that's out there,
Yeah.
they told us there's this like 4 Swedish couples staying right now at the bed and breakfast, and then us.
Right.
So I walk out, and there's this blonde woman giving a foot massage to another guy in the same futon, and then right across from him was just another guy just sitting there watching.
And then after that, there were 2 guys sitting there watching, right?
Until we get some snacks, guys.
Yeah.
I kind of looked for a second. They all looked at me. I just went, evening, and then kind of stumbled to my room. Boom. Nosedived, crashed, zonked.
Yeah.
So at this time, because I had my phone right next to me, at 4 in the morning, I get a nice wake up call as Peanut is crawling over me.
All right. Sensually or just?
No, because he's just
okay.
because he's home and he's in bed. And
Oh.
he crawls over me and just gets on the other side of the king size bed and just falls asleep.
Yeah.
I was like, jeez. I was like, well, whatever. This thing's huge.
Now he knows you're always the big spoon, right?
That's why, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get to that.
It's always
So
fun when I throw comments like
eventually-
that out, and you're like, "Hold on, I'm getting there."
Yeah. I eventually fall back asleep at some point.
Right after he
Just
massages
get
your
woken-
ass, right?
Just get woken up again by him once again crawling over me because apparently he went to the bathroom.
Is there no way to walk around the bed? Is it against the wall?
There's
Or?
plenty of room.
Okay, he's just being an asshole at this point. Okay, I get it. Just checking.
But this time, he snuggled up to me and put his hand on my hip. And I'm like, hey, Bryan, what are you doing? Or Peanut. Oh, well.
Right.
Hey, Peanut, what are you doing? He's like, sorry, man.
It's like, sorry, man, I just like your legs.
Apparently. Rolled over, crashed, zonked. Yeah, I woke up early because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Took a nice little walk on the boardwalk. And dog-ass tired, didn't hardly sleep. Called my wife, which was lovely. And as soon as I hung up her, I ran into just 2 of the guys randomly. And they're like, hey, we're going here. Let's get some drinks. Okay.
Yeah, right? Like, fine.
Yeah, game on.
Yep.
So this is now leading into Thursday, right?
Right.
So we start off, just the 3 of us. We're at the one of the best places to get beers in the morning down there, the Schooner Wharf. It's where all the sailors go. It has morning happy hour.
Right.
It's a lovely place.
Yeah, I was
And,
wondering about that because you posted a picture of like a beer or something, and you were like, blah, blah, happy hour. And I'm like, it's like 10 in the morning.
At the Schooner, that's happy hour.
Yeah, I like that kind of happy
It's a fun
hour.
bar.
Yeah.
It's the way to bar. There's like an indoor area. By indoor, I mean it has a roof,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just all like umbrellas, and it's just dirt floors, and it's a dive bar, but we like it.
Right.
They actually make pretty good food too, but so it's the 3 of us. We're striking up conversation. Brooke, the little blonde bartender, and this other random woman was like, who you guys from? Now, mind you, this woman, nice woman. I don't remember her name now. It was something awful though. It was. I'm not gonna lie.
Can we
The
call
whole
her?
time she's talking, she'd had what's the word I'm looking for? The retainer with teeth on them.
Retainer
Oh.
with teeth.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
What are they called?
I don't know, but a retainer with teeth on them is what it's called now.
A bridge. There you go.
Nope,
She has
retainer
like
with teeth on them. Nope.
Yeah, so she got to retain her teeth.
Right.
and half the time when she's talking, it's fine. The other half, it like hangs low.
Nice. That's
Her
pretty.
teeth have, because at first I'm like, oh, her teeth are fucked up, and then I noticed they were like back in place again.
Right.
And this woman is there every day at the schooner, so this is just her thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. With her teeth that are doing that thing.
Right.
But, the rest of the guys start trickling into the schooner. We all go, hey, we're all here, except for one dude who got annihilated the night before.
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah.
First day there, he was a no-show until about noon.
Boy, that's a late start, too.
Yeah,
For that group, yeah.
But we decided to go get breakfast at the old Blue Heaven, which is a fantastic, once again, weird with the dirt floors, but it's like this dirt floor restaurant in a yard with chickens and cats.
Are you sure these were restaurants and not just people's homes you were stumbling into?
Maybe.
Okay.
But this place, I mean, got myself a Bloody Goose, which is her Bloody Mary made of Grey Goose.
Right.
Oh, so good. Probably the best Bloody Mary I've ever had. Then they got the BLT Eggs Benedict. It's like bacon, lobster, and tomato.
Right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you posted a picture of that. Yeah.
So good. It's ridiculous, Brian.
All right. Fair enough.
Straight up ridiculous.
Well, I understand how you are about your breakfast foodstuffs. So
I like my breakfast foods.
Right. You like your breakfast foods tasty and with the side of half chub.
Yeah, exactly. You got that right.
Like, Tony, seriously. Like, what? I can't help it. It's delicious.
What do you got to do?
Yeah.
But so from breakfast, it's like, all right, game on. Start hitting some of our favorite joints. They have Bia's, hit the Green Parrot, hit the Bowl. I'm just rattling off places.
Yeah, yeah.
And once again, it starts to get nutty, and I'm like, they're like, hey, we're gonna go visit this bar over here on the left. I went right. I'm like, nope. It's like 5, 6. I'm about ready to pass out. Go nap.
Right.
So I stumble back to the place. Thank God I have the map on my phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Face plant. Wake up at about 11 o'clock. Like, all right. I didn't get crawled over. That's a good sign.
Right.
So I, start texting dudes. Hey, where you guys at? Where you guys at? Find out they're at Irish Kevin's, which is an awesome Irish pub. There's usually an awesome band in there playing. So I go down there, run into Peanut, 2 other guys, and they're partying with the penis spear lady and her young blonde friend, right?
Right.
Now, mind you, at this point, because it's like 11 something, Peanut's hammered.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I bet you were probably the only one walking in fresh-faced at that point.
I was pretty fresh-faced, yeah. Like, I even walked in and got a water because I was like, I'm still feeling a little parched,
Right.
But he was hammered, and he was like a little gropey grope.
Right.
But at first I was like, that must be me. When I hit werewolf form.
Yeah, right. After you morph from raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. When I become I'm not going to say that. Never mind. It's slightly racist in the wrong terms.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. But we'll just call her L, the one who prayed in my face.
Right.
She's like, you got to get your friend off of me. And you could tell by her the look on her face. She's just like not impressed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But eventually she's like, you guys gotta. And she left, and he followed her, and she came back in, and he followed her, and he went to the bathroom, or she went to the bathroom.
And he followed. No.
And he did. He
Oh,
did.
God.
He went out there, and he stood outside the door.
Oh,
right?
jeez, dude.
And I'm like, I gotta help her out.
You gotta wrangle this guy away.
Yeah. So I go over there. I'm like, dude, there's not an escape hatch in there. There's no windows. She's got to come back out.
Right.
Just come over here.
And if there were escape hatches in there, she would have already been gone. So either way.
Exactly.
Quit standing by a bathroom door. Creep.
A little creepy.
Yeah.
So, and he just goes, fuck yeah, and flips me off. And he's got like drool coming out of his mouth on his shirt.
Nice. That's a good look. You should have got pictures of him at that point.
Yeah.
Just to show him later and be like, dude, this is what you were working with.
Yeah. But so she comes out, and the three of us go back to the bar, and I pulled two guys aside. I'm like, we gotta send him home. We gotta do something.
Yeah, run interference or something here.
This dude's getting crazy.
Right.
So our plan of action was, which is probably not wise, but we're all kind of imbibed. Was like, we're just gonna put him to sleep.
Yeah.
We're doing shots. We're
Right.
putting him to sleep.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yep.
I go up to the bar. I'm like, I need 4 shots, 1 vodka, 3 water. Right.
Right.
There you go. Shots. Boom. Clang. He probably did 4 shots of vodka and tequila while we did like water with like lime slices and stuff.
That's awful.
And he wouldn't go down. He got worse.
Oh, dude. The plan backfired. Now you're pulling a Frankenstein moment.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So now we're like, all right, we just told him, we're like, dude, you're getting in a cab. We're come out, let's go outside. You're getting in a cab.
Yeah.
You know? Actually, at this point, the girls ran off. It was just the two of us right now at that point. You know, the 3 of them ran off. It was just 2 of us. And like, you got to get into a cab. So we finally pour him into a cab. Dude next to me gives the cabbie $10, or asks him, hey, how much is it to get him home?
Yeah.
Where we stayed. The guy's like, $6. He's like, here's a 10, keep it. Don't take any money from him. Just take him home.
Yeah.
And the funniest part is because he's in the back seat and the window's down when we're this whole transaction. As he looks up at us, he's like, you guys aren't coming. And then we sent him on his way.
Right. So nurturing, that group. It's just, it's just so fun. It's funny because it sounds way worse than it is, but it's just, it just sounds like you're just like, hey, he's bringing the vibe down. And you just like get rid of the problem basically. And you're like, that's better. Yeah.
It's getting so bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know. I've been around people who have gotten pretty bad when they drink.
Sounds like bullshit.
Yeah. I know. You're going to pull the old Tate response, right? If I don't remember it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The problem is I do remember it.
Yeah. Well,
well, these flashes of it.
Right. That's your like superpower. Yeah. You can just remember flashes of the raccoon, like once you morph, Unlike the werewolf tale, like when they turn back, they're like, I have no idea what happened. They're like, you murdered like the whole village. Like, I don't know.
And they fall asleep and dream of like blood on her face.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of remember.
But so me and the other dude were just like, well, it's just us now. Whatever. Let's go get some beers here. We got some amazing sausage from Pete's Meats, which is the greatest. You love Pete's meat in your mouth is their catchphrase.
Right. I remember the picture of that you posted. That's a good logo they got going. Yeah, that's for sure.
It was delicious, and they had special sauce, and it was pretty damn good. I'm just saying.
Right.
But we're like, all right, let's go up to this bar, and we come around the corner, and it's the third dude,
Mm-hmm.
and the 2 ladies were like, oh, hey guys. So we start drinking and getting a little nutty again, and it's getting late, and they're both the chicks are hammered.
Right.
Completely hammered.
Now, by hammered, do you mean actually hammered, or you mean like white girl wasted?
Well, one of them was definitely white girl wasted.
Okay.
The younger one. The other one was she was probably doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hammered, yeah.
But hammered. Everyone was dirty.
Sure, yeah.
So we're like, here, pour them in a cab, send them home.
Right.
Excuse me.
I'm sure that was accurate to the story as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, did them in the cab home.
We threw them home. We're starting to walk home. We're like, you know what?
We should have some more drinks.
Strip club. Let's go to strip club. And I said before.
Yeah, you did.
Genie, I'm like, I'm not going to go to strip club because I spend too much money.
Right. You told me the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember if I told her this yet or not. Yeah, you'll hear it anyway though. But so we go upstairs to the strip club, and it's pretty dead. It's the middle of the week,
right?
Nice.
Or
whatever. But yeah, whatever. The girls are doing their dancing thing, and they're trying to get us to do our lap dance thing and all that.
Right.
And I'm unfortunately hammered.
Right.
And this one girl who I think she gave one of our other guys a lap dance. I can't remember. She comes over to me and she's just like, "Are you scared?" And I'm like, "No," because I know what she's talking about.
Yeah. And
she just grabbed me by the arms and dragged me in the back. But I'm not going to resist because I'm hammered.
Right.
So we get back there and she's like, "It's $12 $25. No, it's $20. $20 a dance.
Right.
I was just like, I just handed her a 50. I'm like, will this keep me back here for a while?
Now, see, that sounds more like my drunk logic. As in, like, I'm going to pay $50 to just sit here because I don't want to move around a lot.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you'd like. I'm just going to sit here and try not to black out. Those are my objectives for the next half hour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a fine lap dance. I'll give her that.
Mm-hmm.
But then as we're leaving...
Now, here's a question for you. Do you remember what song it was?
No.
All right, damn.
Sorry,
I just was curious if it was a shitty song or not.
I
that would be
no
awesome.
idea what the song was.
Also, by the way, that would have been a great opportunity for maybe you to hit the cherry pie button on the board.
Think about that. You are correct.
It's all right. We're out of sync. It's Tuesday recordings fucking us all up.
It is. It's true.
If it was a Friday, I'm sure you would have been just fingering the hell out of that board.
Oh boy, it'd be sore.
It would have been like middle school at a amusement park. Just
exactly.
Yeah.
In line at the Magnum or something.
Yeah, it was. Wait.
But so you know, we closed the strip club out.
Right. As you should.
I had another stripper come over, just grab my arm. She's like, "Come with me, come."
She's like, "I hear you give out 50s."
I'm like, I'm good. I want to finish my drink. I'm good.
Right. My $20 beer. I would like to finish and go home.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I didn't buy the beer. Someone bought it.
Oh well, even better then. Free strip club beers are fine.
Free strip club beers.
Yeah.
Are fine.
When you have to buy them, they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these drunken dudes are stumbling out of the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're walking on the road, and we got a black guy coming on his bike at us. And he's like, "Hey man, your guy's girlfriend's up the road." I'm like, what? So we walk a little further, and there's this old crazy lady. She's got this cowboy hat on, and she's not even facing us. She's facing the other way.
Oh no! So you don't know what's going to happen when she turns around.
No, dude, we knew it was going to happen.
Oh.
She's like, "You motherfuckers! I'll get you, Moon Man! I'm going to get you, Moon Man!"
Wow. So like certified crazy or drunk?
Certified crazy.
Oh,
so of course
nice.
we're like, "Oh, Moon Man! Yeah, we hear you." That's when she notices us and starts yelling. I can't remember what she yelled.
You know, it's funny, though, because the dude riding towards you on the bike plays the game that you and I do all the time, which is yo, what's your girlfriend doing over there?
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
And it's always some horrific mess of a human that we point out.
Yeah.
And, it's great when we really, you can always tell when you've got a good point off of it because the other person just cracks up as soon as they see the person.
Right.
Before they can come up with whatever it is that person is allegedly doing. Good times.
But yeah, the Moon Mint yelling, and we all, I can't remember what she yelled because we were all laughing so hard at this point.
Yeah. She's like, I would have only charged you 10 for the lap dances. Oh. I don't know.
10 for the lap dance, $40 for the antibiotics.
Yeah. At least your lap wouldn't have been wet.
Oh, that's true.
Mm.
But, so, it's, I don't know, it's probably like 4:30 now. Going on 5. It's
nice.
late.
Early for me, right? Sure.
Yeah.
Middle of the day. Yeah.
Middle of the day, basically. And we're stumbling up to our house, and there's there's a porch where there's kind of bushes in front of us. You can't just outright see the front of it from where the angle we're coming. So come around the corner, go up the stairs, and there's fucking Peanut sitting in a wicker chair on the porch with no pants on. His shorts are in a pile next to him. He's just sitting in his boxers.
Okay, well, so at least he had underbreeches on. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. He doesn't know, obviously. He doesn't know at all because we fed him some stories because you have to.
Right.
But, so when a dude starts giving him a lap dance, which it's hilarious.
Right.
Right? Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Right.
And I eventually escort him in, throw him in his futon, and attempt to sleep. But, at this point, it's so late. I maybe got an hour.
I was going to say, because your internal clock's going to be firing off in like an hour after you lay down, exactly. I'm sure, yeah.
And it's no matter, it's just...
Yeah, exactly. Curse. Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm up again, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I get a text from dudes, hey, we're going here for breakfast. We're going to Pepe's for breakfast. Oh, my God, I just remembered.
Because what goes great with all this drinking is sleep deprivation.
Yeah, that's exactly right. In fact, I just remembered that on Thursday we went to Pepe's because they do Thanksgiving dinner, and I had a whole Thanksgiving dinner, and I don't remember eating it till right now. I said Pepe's, and it fired it up in my brain. Wow. That was a rough night.
That is
no
something.
wonder I went to bed at 6.
Yeah. Well, you were stuffed. It's all that tryptophan. No, it's not the tryptophan. Anyway.
Wow. Whew. Anywho, so we went to Pepe's for breakfast because their food's phenomenal. It's like the oldest restaurant in Key West. And there's just the three of us, the same dudes I ran into because they're early risers too.
Right.
And then, we're like, well, no one's here meeting us for breakfast. I guess we'll head to the schooner. Where, there's some people already waiting.
Sure.
Now, at this point, we're pretty good friends of Brooke, the little blonde bartender.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just, every time I had a Heineken, because I'm like, I guess I'll have a beer.
Mm.
I didn't have anything, I just had coffee at breakfast because I was like, I'm so tired, guys. I told them the whole story, But yeah, I'm like, fuck, I read the schooner. Let me get a beer. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get another cup of coffee. Everyone's like, oh, boo, you're not going to get any alcohol in that or whatever. I was like, all right, I'll get a shot of Bailey's to pour into it. It's fine.
Calm your tits down, right.
Calm your tits down.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, Brooke, I need a shot of Bailey's for my coffee. And she's like, I'm going to get you a Big Daddy pour. It was like a little plastic cup that was probably 3/4. It was probably a triple shot.
Nice.
It was ridiculous.
Right. Straighten you right out. Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, by the time, because I couldn't even, I poured it in my coffee, and I couldn't fit the whole shot in my coffee.
Right.
So I had to drink my coffee and put it in. And by the time I got done drinking, it was like mostly Bailey's.
You should have just done the shot of the Baileys and then drank the coffee.
The old like cement mixer or whatever.
Yeah.
Switched around my mouth.
Right. Yeah, that's a great strategy.
Yeah. But, we're all hanging out because we're waiting for Peanut to show up.
Yeah.
Everybody's here except him now. And we're hanging out at the schooner. It's got to be hours now that I think about it. We hung out here. But, I mean, every time I'd finish a Heineken, I'd be like, I need to get a water. I'd look up and there'd be a new one in front of me because anytime she saw mine was gone, she'd just swap it out.
Oh, jeez.
Right. So I was just like...
Now, out of curiosity, was this by someone's instruction? We won't name names, but was this by instruction?
No, but it's probably just because she knows our habits now.
Fair enough. Okay.
We're like, woo.
Well, like the drunkest night of my life, basically, that was the whole story, was as my drink emptied, all of a sudden it was full again. So, that's why I was curious if that was by someone else's doing.
Just kind of like, I mean, at first she'd ask me, and I'm like, yeah, and then it got to the point she wouldn't even ask.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
like, oh, he's going to want another one.
Right.
No.
And if not, he's too drunk to say no at this point. No.
Maybe.
Tony, you were taken advantage of.
Right.
Damn it, man. Not again.
But so while we're all sitting around the bar, and that, and what's her name with the awful name and the retainer of Teeth Lady, she's down there again. And she's like, you guys are back. We're, here's where we start formulating a plan of how we're going to fuck with Peanut whenever he decides to show up. Because we're all calling and texting and nothing.
Which is fair, right?
Yeah.
Well,
so
plus he's the new guy for the trip, correct?
Yes.
Like he was the rookie, yeah. So
we decided to tell him that when we showed up to the Porsche, that Les, one of the owners of the bed and breakfast, was on his knees in front of him trying to put his shorts on him. Right? And we're like, Les, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he's like, well, I'm just trying to get his shorts on. That was the story so far.
Right.
And then one of the guys took a $1 bill and just like got a big paper towel and covered it in like Worcestershire sauce, so it looked all brown and nasty.
Oh, Jesus.
And then got the bartender to give him wax paper and a Ziploc, and we shoved it in there so it looked like evidence. And we're gonna be like, man, we found this in your ass.
First of all, the first question then would be like, why were you guys rooting in my ass?
Well, that's what the wax paper was. That's how we grabbed it.
Well, still though, why were you rooting around in? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like sticking out of it,
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Not in it. And
well,
then
maybe
we had retainer of Teeth Lady.
Yeah.
We gave her his number, and she started leaving him voicemails like, "Last night was so great."
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's how it has to be done. I mean, sorry, rookie, you got to pay your dues.
And as far as I know, as of today, as of recording, he still thinks all this happened.
Awesome.
Because no one broke,
So is there a plan to tell him at any point, or just let it go and see what happens?
I'll probably let it go and see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. The long play, because it's much funnier the longer it goes. Especially as you guys get to make jokes about it to him and such down the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious,
Right.
But about noon, he finally stumbles in, feeling like dog shit. We sort of tell him like, man, you were acting crazy and gropey, and then we found you like this. He's like, holy shit! Oh, I'm never drinking again.
Right.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I'll never drink again. As one of you guys is handing him a Heineken, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fine.
But now that we got the gang all together, we're like, all right, well, let's go get let's go get some food and start doing the routine of walking up and down Duval and hitting some of the cool places. So we, excuse me, go down to, I know I put a picture of it, Willie T's.
Mm-hmm.
It's the bar with all the dollar bills everywhere.
Right.
And they had this beer is called Longhammer IPA.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So delicious. And I just started knocking them back, which is a horrible mistake.
Nah, it seems fine.
No, it was a terrible mistake.
No, it seems all right.
I mean, I might even be mixing up my days here, to be honest. But the highlight of the Willie T's trip was the guy playing music's pretty good. He's just like one dude for like guitar, and he's got a bunch of pedals so you can do effects and stuff, you know?
Right.
Outside of the place, there's this homeless dude that's like hanging up random T-shirts and frisbees and bushes, and I'm like trying, you know, like I'm selling this.
Yeah.
And a cop showed up, and as the cop pulls up, the dude just starts playing "Bad Boys, Bad Boys." What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It was the best.
Wow.
And he went through the whole song. It was perfect.
Wow. Yeah. So he didn't even just like play the intro and then stop.
He did the chorus and everything.
Wow. Now, could the cop hear it?
Oh, I'm sure the dude was playing loud.
I just didn't know if. Yeah. I figured so because I'm assuming most of those places are not like closed up because the weather's generally gorgeous down there. So I would assume there's like open doors or whatever in a lot of these places, or they're just open.
It's just open
yeah,
air,
exactly.
basically.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a giant tree growing through the middle of the place.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. I remember you telling me about that before. I think you told me about that when you went last time. Or the time before. I don't remember. But
yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But, Jesus Christ. God, there's a blank part here. I know something happening. That's why I'm saying I might have mixed up the days, because I'm looking at my notes.
Yeah.
You know, but, it's hard to do notes half the time when I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened exactly. I'm going to type this out.
So that's where you just fabricate things. It's good times.
Fair enough.
Or you worry because there's gaps.
And the weird thing about this, because besides, with the exception of breakfast this whole weekend, I never really had like a meal.
Well, Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But I just like snack, like I'll grab a app here or something here.
Well, yeah, I can see that though, because like you're drinking like that, you probably are fairly full-ish a lot of the time, so...
Yeah.
And then when you're hungry, it's just like, and you just stuff a few things in your face and move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Dungry, even, yeah.
That's kind of the way I am, because otherwise what happens with me, if I full on eat, usually I'm like, I've got no room left for anything. Like, there's no room for more beers unless I go purge or something. And that's no good.
That's a waste.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Yep.
But, so I'm not sure what happened in this meantime. But I do know we ended up back at Willie T's. Like, towards the evening.
They probably, what happened was you blacked out at Willie T's, and you just woke back up at Willie T's and think you guys went back.
It's very possible. I mean, because I realized the next day, I'm like, I can't be drinking these IPAs. In fact, all this stuff might have been from the day before, and that was probably while I was drinking Heineken.
Yeah.
Now that I'm starting to...
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, I bet you that's what happened here. Anyway... eventually we ended up back at Willie T's later in the evening, and we ran into Elle, and I'll call her Blondie, again. Right? Mm. Yeah. Now, and I'm sure a lot of this is by design, because one of the dudes in the group was definitely macking on Blondie.
Right.
So we're like, all right, hey, it's those guys again. We're just started hammering drinks at Willie T's because it's a good time. There's once again a good band playing. I pissed some woman off.
You'll do that. Yeah.
Well, because they're walking, it's her and her husband are walking by, and the guy's like, wow, wait here, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, dude, I'll take care of your wife.
Oh,
He's like,
Tony.
all right. So I started talking to her. I'm like, hey, why are you guys down here? Where are you from? They're from, like, Pennsylvania. Like, oh, we're down here to celebrate our anniversary, and we got to get out of here. I'm like, oh, like, get out of here. And I did, like, this circle finger with the fingers. And she's like, no. I was like, okay, all right. And then, like, his husband comes back, and then I'm like, hey, congratulations, happy anniversary. You guys got to get out of here. I did the thing again, the hand motion thing again.
Yeah.
And she's like, you really got to be careful who you do stuff like that, because that really offends me. And I'm like, then I went into, sad guy mode.
Right.
Like, oh, my God, I didn't mean to. I'm just trying to be funny.
Right.
You really need to be careful who you're joking with.
Meanwhile, what you should have said was, you need to loosen up, and then do that again.
But I made it all right because I can sweet talk.
Yeah.
I know what's up.
Right.
I
It's more that she just thought you were pathetic at that point, and no, I'm kidding. It's like
we hugged it out. It was all
she's
good.
like, "You poor man. Do you even have a home, or do you just harass women on the street?" Well, little column A, little column B.
Exactly. Little of this, little of that.
Yeah. I'll just say I don't rule things out.
Yeah, exactly. But so the group's slowly starting to get smaller as some of the older guys are like peeling off to do older guy stuff, which is probably sleep.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what, take weird pisses or
Weird, painful pisses.
Yeah. Hey, well, I won't go there, but
I don't. God, thank you for saying weird pisses because this. I don't know what day this was.
Now I kind of wish I could title the show "Weird Pisses," but I can't.
It was this night, but I'm thinking of it now, so I'm going to say now. I was later in this night. I was at the Bowl, which is like kind of like a country bar.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And I was in there just taking a leak.
Now, did you have your big hat on?
I wish. I just got to do this chronologically. I know exactly what's happened now, so I'm just adding it to my notes so I can look at it. Sorry, guys, but I'll get to that.
All right.
So at this point, it's. I don't know why I'm trying to keep names out to protect the innocent.
Is that a guy or a girl?
It's let's see here. It's 3 guys, myself, and Elle and Blonde.
Oh, because I was going to say let's call him Larry, but just for a fun throwback.
Well, I'll go with the dude Mackinac. I'm just gonna call her Beau.
Okay.
Her Beau is there.
Now, was his brother Luke there as well? Anyway, moving on.
No, but so she was once again white girl wasted because we're all sitting down at this. It's called Jack Flat's. It's like a sports bar. Like the whole wall might as well be TVs. It's insane how many TVs they have.
Yeah.
And he's sitting with her, and we're all eating food, and she's so drunk it's like she can't eat.
Oh, jeez.
Like it's falling out of her face.
Oh, that's no bueno, because usually the next step after that is everything comes back.
Yeah, I mean, she was annihilated.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. So 2 of the dudes, they're like, yeah, see ya, we're out. So now it's just, Blondie, Elle, the Beau, and myself, right? And then he just vanishes. So it's just me and them 2 girls.
Like he's Dracula vanishes, or
yeah, like he's poof, he's gone. It was weird.
Awesome.
So at this point, Elle's nephew shows up. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet my nephew here. We're gonna have dinner." I was like, "All right, I'll hang out," because her and I have been chatting all night and whatever.
Yeah, she's like, "I really wish you wouldn't, but all right." No.
But so her nephew,
it's like, don't you have a home? Like, it's funny. It's the second time I've been asked that.
It's crazy, really. But so her nephew and his buddy show up, and we're still there with because she was actually trying to set up Blondie with her nephew.
Okay.
Because the dude's like a Coast Guard. He's like this big, like strapping dude. Nice guy. He was a nice kid.
We'll call him Gaston, right?
You know what? That's very accurate. Actually. Hairdo and everything.
Nice. Good
Well,
looks.
not the ponytail, but.
Oh well, forget it then. It's right out.
But like she was so gone.
Yeah, that's Yeah, you're certainly not trying to hook anybody up at that point because
Yeah.
you might as well just be like you're an accessory to rape if you do that. So that's no bueno. We don't condone that.
But so I don't remember how much time has passed. But we're talking to nephew and his friends because we're all sitting together. And she's kind of behind us with she was behind us with the nephew. And we were just sitting there talking to her and his nephew's friends.
Okay.
And then her Beau shows up again, and I'm like, dude, you got a different shirt on. He's like, yeah, I went home and showered.
All right.
I was like, all right. He was like, she was so drunk, I had to get away.
Fair enough. All right.
And I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, because this bitch is crazy. Nice girl, but she's crazy. Because earlier that night in Willie T's, I came around the bar, and she had just tears running down her face. And of course, I was like, well, what's going on? I hugged her. I'm like, what's going on?
Sure. First thing you do is go to groping, right?
I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm so upset I can't have what I have. She wanted this dude to be like, run away from everything he has to go with her, right?
That's reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. Now, mind you, dude probably shouldn't have been macking on her, given his circumstances in life.
Right.
But, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But like even like one of the guys pulled her aside. I was like, this is a weekend thing. It's not,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It'd be a lot to get him out of his thing. And she's like, this is another thing I found out. She's like, I'm loaded. I can take care of him. These women were both like professionals out of like Baltimore.
Now, what kind of, by professionals, what are you saying here?
Well, like business.
Oh, okay. Not like professionals as in ladies of the evening.
No. Like they're doing fine.
Okay. All right. I thought you were meaning like the comic book, the professional. No. Or the pro, I think it was called, not the professional.
But so, when he shows up, she's immediately like, and they, at some point when we're having dinner with the nephew and they vanish. I have no idea. I don't even know when they left, but they left.
Right. Maybe they just wanted to shower outside and see what it felt like.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But so it's like, at this point, the nephew's like, well, I want to get out of here and go hang out with my buds and stuff. So he left. It was just Elle and me now. I'm like, all right. Well, I'm like, well, you want to go watch some music? What do you want to do? What do you, she's like, yeah, let's go find some clubs and watch some more music, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'll elaborate here.
So you went to a dance club. You whipped, you nay-nayed.
Yeah, actually I did.
Wait. There's no video of this for me?
No.
God damn it.
At this point, my phone was almost dead.
So disappointed.
And, no whipping, no nay-naying.
So disappointed.
No doing the stanky leg.
I'm so disappointed.
But, so we just start walking up Duval and, hitting bars, looking for music to listen to and stuff like that. And we stumble across, I don't remember the name of the club, but it's a cross-dresser club. Okay. Like there's I'm saying big giant drag queens up front. They're big giant because they're wearing platform shoes.
Yeah, right,
they're,
right.
Towering over.
Yeah, they're like 8 feet tall, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So these big dudes are out there, and she's like, "Oh my God, look at that guy's ass." She's like, "I wish my ass was like that ass. His ass is way." So the guy just presents.
Naturally, sure.
And she's like, "Oh my God, it's so good." So I was like, "All right." So we go inside the club.
Yeah.
To sit at the bar, and she starts. We both start talking. This guy. He's like, he's a New York guy. He talked like this. That's pretty much exactly his voice.
All right. I want the rest of the story in that voice.
Anytime he talks, I'll.
Awesome. All right. Perfect.
But she's like, "Have you seen her asses? They're amazing." And he's like, "You got a pretty good looking ass yourself. Look at, I'm sure your guy here, your man, he pretty much appreciates it. It's a great ass." And she's like, "You got to see this guy's ass here." So I went out. And I'm like, "I'm really sorry, but can she look at your ass again?" And the guy's like, "Sure." So, I don't know how to.
Yeah.
She comes in and presents, and then kind of sits on New York guy's lap, and he grabs the cross-dresser's butt and is like, "These girls are all beautiful, and I've made money, I've lost money, I live here, I used to be in New York." And blah, blah.
Wow. Now, by here, he didn't mean Key West. He meant at that bar.
I'm starting to feel like it.
Yeah, he cleans up at the end of the night.
This is where it gets even weirder now. Because, they're still talking about asses, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, come here. So she comes over, and he, scoops his hand on the back of her pants. Not cool.
I'm having a flashback to us at Oliver House. I think it wasn't it, when that dude had his hand buried down the back of that woman's pants?
That was pretty much what the movie was trying to do. And she snapped away from him, right?
Which seems like the natural reaction. Yeah.
She's like, "What are you trying to get my vagina? What are you doing?"
He's like, "Whatever I can grab, honey."
He's trying to grab it. So I had to do the old step between maneuver. I'm like, dude. And I'm like, and I grabbed because at Key West you can just take your drink, pour it in a plastic cup, and keep walking.
Right.
So I just grabbed our drinks, put them in cups. I'm like, we're out.
Yeah.
We went to another club, which is like an Irish bar. They're playing Two Fjords. We're playing this rockabilly band was just fucking slaying. And to the point I went back the next night to try to find them again. They weren't playing, unfortunately.
Wow.
They were so good. So we hung out there and did the old rockabilly, and then we're like, let's keep going up. Hit Coyote Ugly. That's where I did the stanky leg.
Naturally.
Did the nay-nay.
Right. As you'll do.
Yeah, as I'll do.
You are known for your dancer's legs, after all. So
apparently, and I've never been a big dancer guy, but I mean, I guess when I'm
just a private dancer, I gotcha.
I'm a private
Oh my God, Tina Turner's here with us.
What?
Anyway.
But oh no, okay. I'm sorry. I got screwed up here because before we went to Coyote Ugly, because she was like, "Hey, I love country. Let's see if we can find some country." I'm like, "Oh, let's go to the Bowl. They have country music."
Right.
Go in the Bowl. We'll have a few drinks. The whole time she's wearing this like West Virginia sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
That her daughter gave her, and she's like, "Whatever you do, make sure I don't leave this somewhere because it's very important. It's the first weekend I've had it. It's very important." I'm like, all right, that's fine. So I go. This is where the weird pee comes in. So I'm like, before we leave, I gotta go to the bathroom.
That's some
like,
good
right.
foreshadowing there. Yeah.
I go to the bathroom. I'm standing at the urinal, and this guy walks in next to me. And it's just like, oh, that's the greatest thing about having prostate cancer. You can just pee like a horse.
Oh wow!
It's like, what?
Now I gotta say, of all the times we've talked about random weirdness at urinals on this show, which is probably more than we should have. My favorites are always the guys who go in that sound like they've been waiting for like a month to piss.
This is what this guy.
When it's the whole time, like they're orgasming as they're like hosing, you know.
But then to put in the best thing about prostate cancer.
Like that's weird because it's like I'm sure that's a long list, right? Nope. Right. Oh man.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, what a dope. So,
now here's a quick question for you: was he a one hand on the wall guy?
I don't remember because
okay.
I was like, once like I saw him come up the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
And once it did I just like avoided eye
contact.
Right.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the cancer thing, I couldn't help us.
Yeah. Well, naturally. Yeah. Well, it's like, God, where were we at? I think it was one of the times when we were at Mutt's, or no, it was not Mutt's, Oliver House. And it was one of the, I think it was shot night or something, or one of the earlier times where I got lit while we were there. And after I stumbled into the bathroom, and, at that point, you're pretty much, going back and, like, leaning back and forth, basically your goal is not to hit your face on the wall, basically, because you're so drunk you can't just stand there, And this guy comes in and does the kind of thing. And then just destroys his pants, and I'm like, and I couldn't help but laugh because, the bathroom's fairly quiet, and then all of a sudden you just hear this horrific sound and
reverberation.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit, dude! Like
who invited the sousaphone player?
Right? It's like you should probably check your britches after that one because you might have sat in a chocolate pie. It was.
He probably needs a moon mint.
Right?
Whatever that is.
Oh man, it was just sometimes when that happens, it's just like you're just standing there and trying not to laugh, but it's like whatever, fuck it. Like I said, like I've said before on the show, it's the place to do it if you're gonna do it. I'd rather they do it there than at the bar.
Yeah, for sure.
Although it might be funnier at the bar.
Could be.
Just standing there, but like everyone's like, dude,
who shit their pants?
Right? Oh man. Weird piss stories. The backbone of salty language.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So, all right. So we go to Coyote Ugly after I deal with prostate guy.
Right.
And, do our stanky leg, do our, Ludo get low, just dancing, having fun.
Now, were you up on the bar dance?
No, they're trying to get her to get up on the bar.
Well, obviously, yeah. See, no matter how good your legs are, you don't have the tits to get up on the bar and dance, Tony. Sorry.
You got that right. But so we're leaving Coyote Ugly, and I'm looking at her and I'm doing like the around your waist motion, like she's got the championship belt.
Right, naturally, right.
But I'm like, where's your sweatshirt? Because it's so loud in there, you can't.
Oh
talk,
yeah, sure.
Couldn't find it.
Oh,
she's freaking out. Not freaking out, but she's like not happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got it. And she like we talked to the bouncer. This dude was shredded. He went in and looked around and he's like, we got cameras. Check back tomorrow. If someone took it, we'll find out. I'm like, let's go back to the bowl because maybe it's there. Sure enough, she's left it there.
Oh, good.
So it's like, oh my God, you're my hero. I really appreciate it. I'm like, hey, just gotta retrace your steps. No big deal.
Right, yeah. Well, It's tough to do if you're drunk.
Yeah, well, I see, like, this point, I don't know. I can't remember if we probably were drinking everywhere we went. But,
okay. Yeah.
yeah,
I just assumed it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's hard to say because, I mean, you do all the dancing. And
well, sure.
I got drinks wrong. I don't think I got a drink at Cody Ugly. I don't know. At this point, it's getting fucking late.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, well, we should go home. I'll walk you to your house or whatever.
Right.
And because it's late, I'm not gonna make her
right.
walk
You're a gentleman.
herself,
God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly, gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to her place, and it's like high-end resort.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, this is way better than my rubber duckies.
I was gonna say, and she's like, "Where are you staying?" And you're like, "See that outhouse over there?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
The
behind
box
it."
behind it.
Yeah. Exactly. That's horrible that we both were. Anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what we do.
Yeah, true.
But she's like, oh, you know what? Before you go, you gotta come see the pool area. It's amazing.
Right.
I'm like, all right. So we walk through the thing, and it's like this long infinity pools, and there's a bunch of pools, and there's fire pits, and the beach. I was like, wow, this is really cool. She's like, yeah, come over, check this out. And we're walking up to I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was like a tiki bar or something up on the beach.
Mm.
She's like, oh, let's go lay in the hammock. All right, I'll lay in the hammock, whatever. You know,
yeah,
fine. That's fine by me. So he's laying in the hammock, sort of bullshit, and she's playing music on her phone. Just talk, talkity, talk. Lots of talk. Everyone's worried about flipping out of the hammock and dying at the same time.
Well, listen. Anytime I'm in a hammock, that's generally the first thing on my mind. Now, if there's a woman in there, probably the second thing on my mind. But anyway,
well, fair enough.
But I digress.
But eventually, like I said, this is like my third day or second day or whatever of like no sleep till Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right?
We both just pass out in the hammock, just zonk.
Right.
You know, which is nice because I finally slept a little bit.
Right. Also dangerous, but
yeah, maybe.
You can fall and die in your sleep. Damn it.
Yeah, fall and die in your sleep.
I mean, it could be worse. You could have had an electric blanket on you, but
blanket of death. But you know, I don't know. It's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. Wake up, and it's late as fuck now.
Yeah.
Like the cabs in front of it, because you know, I'm like, you know, I gotta go. It's so late. So we're going to leave, and like all the cabs at the resort are gone because it's so late.
Right.
It's not there.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, I guess I'll walk.
Like, have you seen these legs? I can hitchhike.
Yeah. She's like, that's crazy. She's like, here's what we'll do. You just come upstairs. I'll sleep with Blondie. You can have my bed. But you're coming in to sleep. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right?
She wakes up from sleeping. You're just watching. No.
Videoing.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Now, I don't know if at this point, I don't know if I've elaborated or not. But she's an older lady. She's like her and I are talking. She's like, how old are you? I'm like, 36. She's like, oh my God, you're a baby.
She's like, I'm 52. What, am I right? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm like, what do you mean, I'm a baby? She's like, well, I had my daughter when I was in my early 30s. She's a senior in college. I'm like, huh. I was like, all right, well, whatever. We're still having fun.
Yeah,
whatever,
right.
You know.
Whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, she was 54, right?
That was a pretty good guess for random.
Yeah, you're a pretty good guess. You know. But so we get up to her room, and she, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna stay out here because I don't know how your friend sleeps.
Yeah, that's fair. Not to mention, she fell asleep in one situation. If she wakes up and they're, you know, that could be
and to
super.
Be fair too, we don't even know if she's there because they vanished.
Oh, right, true.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So she goes in, and sure enough, it's her and DeBow.
Yeah.
are there, are in the bed.
Right.
And she's like, well, all right, we'll just, you know, like keep your boxers on.
You're like, too bad I didn't wear any. Dropping your pants.
But yeah, so, you know, I'm like, all right. So she goes in the bathroom, just comes on her, you know, her under britches and whatnot. And we just fall asleep, right? Wake up again. I don't know what time this was. And she's like spider monkeyed onto me, basically.
Right.
I'm like, she's like, oh, God, you know, she starts apologizing. That's where I come to find out now. She's like, you know, it's been a long time since I've been really discomfortable with anybody. Like, I can't, you know, sleep in a film like that because my husband died in a car wreck like X amount of years ago.
Oh boy, right.
She's like, like, it's just been so long. I'm like, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we had a sleepover. It was fun.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's like,
I
how
don't
often?
mind.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, yeah. Sounds
Maybe,
like you were
'cause I mean-
really put off by the whole thing.
No, and I mean, honestly, given her age, she was in very good shape.
Mm.
You know, like smoking. So I was fine with it.
Right.
Yeah, so we got up, got some breakfast. It felt great to actually finally sleep. I
Yeah.
don't think we left till about noon. We're getting text, you know, are you dead? No, I'm not dead.
Maybe.
Maybe. Exactly.
Like, please bring money to this location.
Exactly. But after all this point, though, is where I found out the folly of booze, Brian.
Mm.
It's like, so dropped the ball. Because, like, you know, dogs got to go out. Okay. No, but I know she's going to keep barking.
The toothy horse needs a romp.
Toothy horse needs a romp. But so at this point, you know, I have a very not happy wife with me because the night before she's like, "Hey, kids are going to bed soon. They want to talk to you. Can you call?" I responded, "Sure." I
Didn't
have
call.
no recollection of this conversation.
Way
at all.
to be
Never-
a deadbeat dad. Yeah.
Never called. Yeah.
Why isn't Daddy home? Because he doesn't love you anymore.
Yeah, basically. And I powered my phone off because I thought I was going to be walking home, and I had like 3% battery.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I'm like, I want my map.
Yeah.
And I was like, powered my phone off. So, yeah. Basically, I'm a shithead.
Yeah, well, you'll do that.
For not having proper communications and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, and then, it's not, it was not good the next day either when I'm hammered and trying to talk it out with her and it turned into a shit show.
Well, yeah.
Those things are way better now.
Right. Well, that's good. Yeah.
It doesn't take, just got to, put it all in line.
Yeah.
But so, Saturday, we had breakfast with them, the four of us, which ordered 2 eggs, bacon, toast, potatoes, and a coffee because I was like, I'm not drinking right now. I'm so fucking hammered.
Right.
So hungover. Actually, I wasn't hungover. I felt pretty good. I think about it.
It's because you actually
I
slept.
didn't want to drink. Yeah.
Well, do you know what it probably was too? Is you didn't pass out, like sleep. You actually slept.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you and I have talked about, like, I've made comments about that. How, like, everyone knows I have horrible issues sleeping, and if I drink enough, I don't have any trouble sleeping. For about 3 hours, and then I wake up and I'm like, and then I'm like, I feel awful because that wasn't really sleep. That was blacked out, basically, or passed out. Yeah.
Sleeped out.
Yeah, that was just my body rebooting is what that was. That wasn't actual sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, I ordered, like I said, 2 eggs, toast, bacon, potatoes, coffee.
Right.
Do you want to make a wager on how much this meal was?
Well, you're in Key West, so I'm going to assume it's more than general.
And it was at the resort.
At the resort? $25?
It was about 20 with the coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Which they were gracious enough to, they just charged a room. So it was probably like a business write-off or something. I don't know.
Wow. All right.
At least that was nice of them to do that. But I was looking at the price and I'm like, Jesus. Well, I'm like, we could walk like 5 minutes and get like a $5 egg sandwich.
Right, yeah.
What are we doing? Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because in my head, the whole Tony found a sugar mama thing's going in my head. And then I'm jealous. So, I mean, what can I say? Yeah. I missed my calling. I had a cougar. You had a cougar, and she's loaded. Damn it!
It's true, actually.
I wouldn't have stood a chance.
So yeah, we finally meet up the guys, and of course everyone's giving us shit. I'm like, yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, right. Like, you guys were like, ass to ass in your beds. I was with a woman. I think I win.
I win. But, so yeah, we're meet up the dudes, and it's, hey, let's go to here and get some mojitos. Let's go to here and get some more mojitos.
Right.
Like, the one place we go to, the Rum Barrel. It's where my stepdad discovered Ron Zacapa.
Oh, I figured it was a gin place. Yeah.
Oh. And all the gin joints and all. But
it would be kind of funny. It's called the Rum whatever, and you walk in, they're like, yeah, we don't have rum.
Yeah, we don't have rum.
None.
But so we walk in after we already had mojitos at our place. He's like, oh, we need to go to Rum Barrel. Let's go to Rum Barrel. So we go there. And he's like,
that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Everyone's getting a Ron Zacapa mojito. which was delicious, but it'll put you on your ass.
Well, yeah.
Because they liquor them up there,
Yeah.
But yeah. So this time where it's like, well, we got to meet the guys now to watch the Michigan State game.
Yeah.
Right.
Heartbreaking year for me as a football fan. Like the last few weeks have just been garbage. Anyway.
Garbage style.
Yeah.
But so we're at this dive bar. I've never been in this place before, but it's like right up the road from Pepe's. I don't know how I've never been there. The place is cool. They had pretty good food. I was drinking because I'm like I got a Heineken. I can't remember how much it was, but I was like, and I look at the board and their special, like college football special, was like a pitcher of PBR for $8.
Done.
So I was like, I'll get one. I pretty much put the whole pitcher down.
Right.
I gave a pint to someone else, and they took a drink, and they're like, dude, this is terrible.
Like, I know, but it's $8 for the pitcher.
Look at that price point.
Yep. So here's a question for you. Did you drink it with a straw or just straight out of the pitcher or in cups?
Yeah, I put it because I figured people would help me.
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest.
I get you. You're not like me, and you're just like, hey, just bring me a couple straws, or I'll drink it right out of the pitcher.
I didn't have that kind of game. No. I didn't think I was going to drink it.
You're not my level of savage when it comes to pitcher drinking, huh? All right, that's fair.
Exactly.
That's fair.
At this point, like I said, Gene and I were still hashing out things in not a great way on my end more than anything else.
Right.
And, I made a poor decision to go out solo drinking. I actually missed the end of the Michigan game, to be honest.
Well, you made the right choice as far as that goes.
I did, yeah. I was like, all right, I got to go. I'm going to go get a couple cocktails somewhere. And there's a couple places that I wanted to go to that we hadn't stopped at yet. So I was like, whatever. And there's a brewery down there. I stopped in. I sampled everything they had and went to our place, got a couple beers. I went to go find that rockabilly band. I got hammered here. This is probably the drunkest I was all weekend was here.
All by yourself, huh?
Yeah, which is probably not good.
Right. Seems bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then at this point, I'm like, I got to go home. Because I could tell I was annihilated.
Yeah. Well, that's good at least. At least you had that wherewithal,
Yeah, exactly.
At least you weren't like, I should get more to drink. Because you do have that element to you that there's a certain... There's that, like, gray area sometimes where you're pretty hammered and you're like, I should have more to drink. And I'm generally like, yeah, we should. And then we're both like, why do we do that? We're stupid. So, yeah.
But, I'm like wandering into an alley to pee. And I guess I just need to fire up my phone real quick. I made a Karate Kicks for Jesus video, which I don't really remember.
Which sounds like an awesome charity. Yeah.
Yeah. It should be a charity.
Karate Kicks for Jesus. That's awesome.
Karate Kicks for Jesus.
It's like, we're bringing the gospel to karate.
So here, I will play the audio. And I don't know, I guess it's on my Instagram if you want to watch it.
Yeah, you should. It's like a 3-second video. It's not very long, but...
Yeah, so there you go. Here's the audio.
Some's getting fucking karate kicked. I think it's a scooter. I'm gonna karate kick the scooter. But someone's getting karate kicked. Karate kicks for Jesus.
Now, do you have any idea why? First of all, I understand because fuck that scooter. I understand your reasoning for kicking it.
Yeah.
Because I've been around you enough when it's karate kick time. But what for Jesus?
I don't know.
I just want to know, like, was Jesus walking with you? Like, were there 2 sets of footprints in that alley or whatever? Or in that parking lot? Yeah.
I don't know why it's Karate Kicks for Jesus.
All right.
I think as much as we talk about how I karate kick stuff, to finally have evidence that it truly happens.
Well, you have evidence. I remember you karate kicking things, so
that's true. I mean, evidence for our listening.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I karate kick things. I really don't.
Dude, like, I just remember Instagram repeating, and I saw it was a, like, video thing, and I was like, oh, this has got to be good, because it was, I forgot when you posted, but it was like a ridiculous time of night or something, and I'm like, this has to be drunk shenanigans, so I watched that thing probably, I don't know, 50 to 1,000 times, because I couldn't stop, and even now, like, listening, I just can't stop laughing at the thought.
The Karate Kicks for Jesus.
Yeah, it's because someone's getting karate kicked. I am actually surprised you didn't throw a fuck this scooter in there, because that's usually what your reasoning is fuck this fill in the blank that's about to be kicked.
It's true.
You know,
it's true.
Like the wet floor sign. Fuck that sign.
That sign said some shit.
Kia! That was the best part, was the drunk Kia. I wish you had that in there. But the drunk Kia at the wet floor sign will always be my favorite. Like, Kia! I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, fuck that sign. All right. Oh, man. Good shit.
Ooh, I'm getting all misty.
Oh, me too. I know. Brought a tear to my eye, like sweet cherry pie.
But so I'm always home at this point to go nap.
Right.
Yeah, my phone's going off in my pocket, yo. I'm like, what?
Like, who blowing me up?
Who blowing me up? It's the girls. They're like, hey, we're at Sloppy Joe's. You should come to Sloppy Joe's.
Yeah, usually when you get an invitation from a woman to come to a place that has sloppy in the title, you're probably going to skip that invitation. But Sloppy
Not
Joe's
Sloppy
is different.
Joe's. That place is killer.
That's why I said Sloppy Joe's is different.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. And I just beeline back into the city.
Naturally.
As a tradition.
Well, you had already got the Karate Kick out of your system, so, you know.
Yeah. Well, and actually, by the time I got there, I felt better.
Well,
And I was
Karate
just
Kick the
drinking
scooter.
water
Oh, okay.
there. Yeah.
I thought it was
But
because
it
you got
was-
your aggression out.
No, not yet. But, walk in, it's, Elle, Blondie, and her beau again.
No, hold on real quick, because I couldn't
Yeah.
quite tell in the video. Did you knock the scooter over?
No. I
Okay,
did not.
you just...
Well,
You
I
don't
don't think
think
I
it
did.
did. Okay. Whoa.
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't know what that was.
I'm not aware if I did. How
Yeah,
about
okay,
that?
fair enough.
But, go hang out with them again. Because I'm just doing water because, the walk probably did me good going back to Sloppy Joe's.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But, we just, start dancing and all that stuff. Well, just, Elle and I were just dancing. Those two were doing their things because, once again, Blondie's crazy pussy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's very upset, that
Right.
she can't have what she wants and bloody, 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 blah, bloody, bloody.
That's nuts, yo. Yeah.
Right? I know.
Like, oh, I just met you, but...
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy.
Right.
Deet, deet, deet. Deet.
That's why I stopped myself, because I was like, I don't want to go into that.
I did. Sorry.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah. So it gets to the point where, the lady's getting so nutty that dude just leaves. He's like, he just bounces.
Right.
Right?
He's
And
like,
she-
I got to go kick a scooter or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something. And he leaves after her. Or she leaves after him, rather.
Like, as
Which,
in chasing after him? Leave
Like,
after him?
kind-
Or...
Not like running, chasing, but like, oh my God, where'd he go?
Okay, yeah, that's what I was meaning, yeah.
So,
All right.
so then the two of us got to go get her and get her back in.
Yeah,
Like, you got to just calm the fuck down,
right.
basically.
Like, your
No.
crazy's getting all over everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, I've had a debate with my wife about this and with myself
All right.
because the next lines that come out made me laugh so hard. I'm like, I have to talk about this on a podcast.
Yeah, that's...
But it's going to up my narcissism points, and everyone's going to learn stuff about me that they probably don't need to learn. But whatever.
Do I need to, like, plug my ears and scream at this point or something? Or...
It's up to you.
Oh, Jesus.
But she's like, Elle's telling Blondie, she's like, you need to cheer up. Why don't you go dance with Tony? He's a lot of fun to dance with. She's like, no. And she's like, plus he's got a big dick, and it makes it even more fun to dance with him. And her friend just starts laughing, and she's like, well, I was sleeping and kept bumping into it. I don't know.
Bumping into it, right? No.
Right. But yeah,
Like,
that really made
bumping
me
ain't
laugh.
rubbing. Wait, that's... Yeah.
Rubbing is racing?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it is.
But she did not want to dance. She just wanted to be crazy.
Yeah, well, that's what crazy
So,
does, yeah.
Yeah. So we all said our goodbyes. I poured them into a cab
Yeah.
and went home and slept for about 40 minutes and hopped in our cab and hopped on a plane. It was brutal.
Oh, boy. That is, yeah.
But it was fun.
And you were pretty smart about it, though, too. You didn't go right back to work Monday. Because you came home Sunday, right?
I was tired today.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, we landed about 12:30, I think, and it was time travel because I slept in the planes.
Oh,
which is
right.
nice.
Yeah.
But our flights there were cool because they were like an hour and a half, like 2 hours. This is like a 40-minute flight to Miami, which, by the way, good on you, Miami. there's a lot of attractive people in your airport.
Yeah, they'll do that. I think that city
like,
has a lot of...
Jesus.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
You flew out of Miami Attractive Metro, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Only handsome people can fly from there.
Yeah. Well, plus we made a mistake because we thought we had about a 30-minute layover.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got to hurry our asses up to get to the next plane. And Peanut and I are like, we're at this terminal. It's terminal 50 something. It can't be that far. It was probably a solid 20-minute hustle walk to the other end of the airport.
Wow.
I know we actually had more time than we thought we did.
Oh, wow.
And there's a tram that we didn't take.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I mean, at least you were on that side of it. At least you weren't trying to make that trek with 10 minutes to go. Shit, woo, full on sprinting. You know?
Yeah.
Man.
Exactly. Like Home Alone sprinting.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you probably get tackled by TSA or something for that,
yeah,
terrorists.
Sure. Clearly, won't look at me. Look at the guy with the beard. Tackle him.
Yeah, right. He's fun to dance with too.
That's hilarious. But
I don't want to dance anymore.
Oh, I'm done dancing.
Dancer cavity surge. You just start sobbing as you dance. Yep.
But no, the flights are fine. The flight from Miami to back to Detroit was a little turbulent, but I was in and out of sleep the whole time. So
yeah.
It's but yeah, it was, Sunday was rough. I was so tired.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Monday was way better, though.
Well, yeah. That's why I said it's, you were smart in not going right back to work because, man, so many people do that after a good multi-day vacation or whatever.
Doing that.
They go right back to work, and then they're like, oh, my God.
Especially because I know what happens down there.
Yeah, exactly.
You get worn down physically, emotionally, mentally.
Right. Yeah, you're pushing yourself to your limits and such. It's an endurance test is what it is.
It really is.
Yeah.
I should get a medal or something.
Yeah. The best you can hope for is not cirrhosis.
Yeah. That's my medal, not cirrhosis.
Yeah. Woo!
But but Monday, I might as well throw this in the mix. We've had an old dryer in our basement, and just a bunch of scrap metal and shit out in the in our right by our garage.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Jeannie's dad's truck. I'm like, we should get rid of all this stuff because I'm home. We can take it to the scrapyard, make a little money, whatever.
Sure.
Load up the truck. We end up driving under just around. I can't remember. It was a little under 400 pounds of scrap metal.
Mm.
Do you want to make a guess on how much money we made?
I have no idea. I can't.
400 pounds of metal.
I seriously have no guess. I don't even have a clue.
Because I see people as I'm working drive around all day and collect metal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do, actually, I shouldn't say I have no idea, but I don't have, a real idea of it. But a friend of mine, I know him and his friend used to drive around and do that, but they quit because he said there wasn't enough money in it. So, yeah. So I'm going to guess low, and I don't know. $50, $100?
Whew.
Too high?
Try 14.
14? Wow.
I'm like, how do these guys I see drive around every day? Because I see them every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Every trash day you see them.
Money.
Yeah.
The
only way they can is if they probably get certain kinds of...
Yeah, like aluminum and shit like that.
Yeah, or the things in, was it in air conditioners or whatever, that there's I forgot what it is. There's something that's like copper or something, or
copper,
something else that's worth a little more. But even still, it's like, geez, that seems like way too much work.
Yeah, I just was glad to get it out of my yard and out of my basement.
Yeah,
but I was just like I wouldn't drive around and look for this shit. How do you make any money?
Yeah, that's why I said the only thing I can think of is if you were looking for certain things. But so many people are hip to that stuff now. A lot of times they'll just do it themselves, and rather than lay it out there for someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty nutty. I couldn't believe that.
That is pretty nutty.
I was like, sweet, 400 pounds? Well, I should have known because I've loaded it and unloaded it.
Yeah, right.
I was like, 400 pounds? I was like, I'd probably get at least like $30, $40.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Right?
Nope.
Jeannie said 10.
Okay. That's much closer. Yeah.
Price is Right rules, you win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true because you were over.
Yeah.
Right out. Yeah.
Unbelievably how shitty that business is.
Man, you're right, because you just think about, like, forever now, like I said, like, every garbage night you see people going around grabbing any metal they can get. And
yeah.
Jeez.
Well, in my morning rounds for work, we have a heating and air conditioning place across the street from us.
Yeah.
Every morning at the same time, dude shows up in a truck and dumpster dives.
That I can see, because he's probably looking for certain stuff, I would have guessed.
Yeah.
But I would also think there's a chance they know that. Like, I could see them, like, some of it is you actually have to do work. Like, you have to take, I think in the air conditioner, whatever it is, I think you have to take it apart a little bit to get the valuable part.
Like ripped, I think it's in the core.
Yeah, something like that. So it's not like you just take the whole air conditioner. Whoa, you don't take the whole AC unit in and just, they're like, oh, here's $500. They don't.
Right, exactly.
It's nothing like that, but I don't know. Well.
Yeah, that blew my mind.
All right, well, I'll cross that off a list of potential jobs.
Don't go scrapping, Brian.
No.
It's not worth your time.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I say it was a successful trip to Key West.
Well,
I mean,
it sounds like it.
I didn't get I never really woke up hungover.
Which is always awesome, yeah.
I always woke up feeling a little fuzzy or tired, but I never felt like hot death like I do a lot of times after like beer fest and stuff like that.
Right. Well, I think part of that too, like seriously, there's probably an element of most of the beer you were drinking is probably lighter beer, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of Heinekens, but I also did days where I didn't.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, because you'll find that if you drink like Bud Lights, think about like when we went for the bachelor party, we were drinking Busch Light like the whole weekend. Yeah. I didn't feel like hot death any of those days, aside from just not sleeping.
Yeah.
And we put a lot of beer in our face over that weekend, so, yeah.
And with the exception of the mojitos and a couple of Bloody Marys, I didn't do any liquor.
Right. Nah, you did shots of water.
Well, it was good shots. But yeah, they were trying to get us, like, one couple of guys, like, hey, you want to do a shot of Patron?
Nope.
No. I'll stick with my beer.
Yeah. I'll do shots of my beer while you're doing your Patron shots.
Yeah, I'm like, I know what happens when I get shots. Shit goes sideways in a hurry.
Yeah, it does. I'm
good.
It's the double. That's what it is.
But I chalk it up to a lot of it to staying up so late and all the walking you do down there.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Plus, I had a couple of 2 nights in a row. I did my calves hurt from all the dancing and shit. I'm like, God, what happened? I didn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I guess I sweated the shit out or something.
Your backup dancer days are long gone, man. I mean, you're not used to that anymore.
Look for me on the classic episodes of In Living Color.
Yeah, Tony was one of the fly girls.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be really funny to go back and find one that's like if you could doctor the video a little bit, put a beard on one of them.
Dude, you just gotta get it. Other people to dress up as fly girls.
Uh-huh.
And kind of like splice it into classic Fly Girl footage, and they have me just stuff sluts.
Yeah. Right. Naturally.
Gear.
Right.
Yeah.
Be funnier, you were just the behind the scenes, you just trained all the Fly Girls, that's all.
No, it's true, I did. Yeah. I was their coordinator.
Right.
Yeah.
You put out
it was fun. That's something I would want to do more than once every couple of years, probably. But
yeah, that's probably in your best interest.
Yeah, but it's always a good time.
Yeah, it seems like it would be.
Places down there,
Yeah, it seems like it really would be.
I really want to organize, and I think I was texting them. Yeah, because we have a group text from Jeannie and Neil and Annalise and I.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys, we all need to come to Kiva. Jeannie's just like, stop planning stuff for people we haven't met face to face yet.
Yeah, there's that, yeah.
Which is fair.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to get a group of friends down there and rent a house, and yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Mm.
I don't think it'd be as nutty as what I get into, but
probably not. Yeah, it could be. I mean,
it could be.
You never know, but probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of the people you would invite are kind of chill about like pressuring others in their drinking.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, it's not. There wasn't much like. There's been there a couple years when dudes would be like, "Well, you're not having something this evening in the morning." This year, there really wasn't a lot of that. It was just a lot of. That's just what we're doing. You know?
Right? Yeah. Well, it's because you know the rules now. They don't feel they have to tell you anymore.
I guess
it's just implied pressure. That's all.
I mean, I wish I had someone to like walk around behind me and chronicle everything I consumed, because I would be really curious.
Yeah. That would be quite the documentary.
Yeah, because I really don't know. I know at Willie T's, I did like 5 of those IPAs.
Yeah.
And that was just one spot. And then that one morning at the schooner, I easily had 10 Heinekens.
Right.
It's just like, I don't know.
It's easy enough to do, yeah.
Those things go down too smooth, too, and they got low alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, I found one place that had all day on tap.
Oh, yeah?
That really made me happy.
That surprises me.
I know.
I didn't know Founders got all the way to Florida, so that's awesome.
Did I. It's called Smoking Tuna. We actually walked in there the night we tried to put down Peanut. Because it was just the one dude and I, and we're like, oh, let's check this place out. Walk in, it was like, wow, there's no one in there, just employees. Like, wow, this place is chill. It's got like the trees and the canopies. It was really cool.
Nice.
We're like, wow, this is a really cool place. And they're like, yeah, we're closed. Well, no wonder it's so relaxed.
Right. Like,
that place had all day on tap.
You start waving a $1 bill and you're like, are you sure?
Yeah. And?
My friend George says you're open for a little while.
George.
No?
He was the first president. Come on. Do it for George.
Come on. Think of all the money he saved you on Memorial Day. I mean, come on.
Right? Exactly. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Think of all the arcade games he allowed you to play.
Mm-hmm. Right? It varies 2 ways. I mean, he's a $1 bill that becomes 4 of himself.
Wow, that's a cool talent, actually.
Yeah, it's like he's Jamie Madrox or something,
Nice.
Yeah.
Multiple MIGs?
Multiple man, yeah.
George Washington's just throwing presidential semen on someone's face.
Well, he'll do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the tradition at the time, though. I mean,
exactly.
It's how things were done. Business
probably
meetings.
Combined with syphilis.
Well, I mean, these things happen. So, all right. Well, we should probably move to other stuffs, I guess. So, a couple things really fast here.
Sure.
Did you? I know you watched the Star Wars trailer, right?
Yes, I did.
More excited? Same level? That sums it up.
I'm pretty excited. It looked like it was a pretty sweet trailer.
Yeah, I thought so too. I'll say I love how this one looks. Like the feel of it feels so much more realistic. I'm so glad they went back to actually building, sets and different stuff rather than CGing everything.
Not just green screening everything.
Yeah. It really feels different. I really dig how it is. So.
I'm looking for it. I mean, although Garrett in our Kik Group, #SLPod if you want to join.
Yeah.
Made up a good point. That's like, remember how amazing the Phantom Menace trailer looked?
Yeah, I think my point's better, which is Darth Maul looked amazing. The rest of the trailer looked whatever.
Suspect.
Yeah, this has got more elements to it, I think, than that ever did. And Kylo Ren is fancy and all, but I don't think anybody really saw Kylo Ren and freaked out the way we all did with Darth Maul.
Right.
Maybe somebody did. I don't know. Because most people were like, why has he got a cross lightsaber or whatever?
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's like
his lightsaber, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like Bryan. It's not what I'm used to.
Yeah. Exactly. On kind of a side note, did you see that there was a group of idiots trying to get a Boycott Star Wars thing going?
Good luck to you.
Saying that this movie has an anti-white agenda.
Really?
Yeah. And I just laughed and laughed. I'm like, you do know how much money this franchise has done over the years, right? Like, billions and billions of dollars. Like, you're not slowing this train down. If George Lucas couldn't slow the train down, nobody's going to. At least not anytime soon,
Right.
And you saw, like, the tickets for it. Do you see tickets for the first showing are going for $400 on eBay?
Oh my God! Are you killing?
No,
are you kidding me?
They had a thing on the news about it that people were, if they could get tickets, were selling the tickets. There's never been a movie that I'm so excited about that I'd be willing to pay anywhere near $400 to see.
No, I'll wait a few weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I got time on my side.
Right. What do you like? I mean, seriously, the only reason I can think of to see the first showing seriously is so no one can spurl it for you.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
That's
but
it.
At the same time,
not worth the money.
oh my God, he took that cross hilt thing and like shoved it in dude's eyeball. I'll be like, wow, I still want to see it.
Right, because I want to see him do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand people trying to get tickets, but I like for face value. I don't understand paying anything over face value.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Oddly enough, people may not know this. They have other showings of the movie. It's it's not like a concert even.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Do this again?
Yeah. They'll play it a couple of multiple times in a day actually.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
it's not like a concert where they're like, hey, we're coming to, we're doing a 6-city tour and it's like $200 a ticket. I get that more than I would ever get anyone paying $400 for a movie screening where an hour and a half later they're going to show it again.
Right.
And then again and again. I don't.
I mean, do they think their ticket stubs, if they even keep them, are going to be worth something in the future? Like, oh, I was at the first showing, man.
Yeah, and you know who will care? Nobody really. Maybe other like super geeks, I guess, but other than that, no one gives a shit.
You definitely doesn't care. This guy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I totally get trying to get first showing, and if you can get them off of normal websites, but fuck paying all that money for them. Although, man, if I would have known they were going for $400, I might have capitalized on some geeks.
Yeah, really.
I'm
shit.
not gonna lie.
Try to pick a few up and eBay them.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
I don't give a shit if someone thinks that's greasy.
Fuck them.
I'm okay with that.
Exactly. If they're willing to pay, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. So I have one other thing before we get to the end of the show stuffs here.
All right.
Which is, did you hear the story about the aunt who sued her 12-year-old nephew for breaking her wrist? Like, she showed up for his birthday party. He ran and jumped at her. She fell, broke her wrist.
Uh-huh.
And she ends up suing the kid. And she lost the case, which, good.
But fuck her.
Yeah. But then they put out a thing where they talked with her, and they said that she was hoping that the homeowner's insurance would pay for the wrist. The injury and everything. Which I do, listen, I get that, And she's like, but she said she never felt comfortable because you have to name the person who did it to you. You can't name, like, the people who own the house. And I'm like, well, if you were that uncomfortable, you don't have to follow through with the lawsuit. You can say, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Unless the laws in wherever she lives, I think it's Connecticut or something. Maybe not. I don't know. Or New York. Unless the laws are, like, different than they are here as far as that goes. Because I was in a car accident, and when I talked to an attorney, I sued the driver whose fault it was, and he goes, well, we can sue, like, the car you were in, which was owned by my sister and brother-in-law. He's like, you can sue their insurance also if you want. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sue their insurance.
Yeah, like, why would I do that?
Yeah, and the thing is, I would have gotten money for it,
Right.
And I was like, no, because that's going to cause bad blood in the family and whatnot, That's no bueno.
Raise their rates and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, nope, that's right out. So, I don't know. It just kind of made me laugh when I was never really comfortable with it. And it's like, uh-huh.
Well, clearly you're a dum-dum.
Right, but, on Huffington Post, they have a thing where, with the video, it says, boy sued by his aunt for $127,000 speaks out. I love her and she loves me. Yeah.
You should have done a flying cross body block.
That would have been awesome.
Smashed her head open like a cantaloupe.
Right. It was like, he's a kid. He was excited to see his aunt, and he jumps at her. Like, when I first was reading this, I was like, I saw someone in the comments that was like, I'll bet money there's some previous animosity between, like, the parents of the kid and this woman, kind of a thing. But it didn't look like it. It just looked like she was trying to get her, I don't know, $127,000 sounds like it's probably more than she racked up in bills, but, whatever.
Right.
That's probably what the home insurance would pay for something, and they were just trying to get it all, which, that's what lawyers do. So,
I mean, if you would have ran and jumped at her and, screamed karate kicks for Jesus,
yeah,
it would have been thrown right out of court.
Well, if that were the case, we would have been
acceptable.
Right, we would have been contacting the parents to see if we could get an interview also.
That's true,
fairness.
Yeah. Possibly suing them for copyright.
Right. Yes, obviously.
Actually, I should add karate kicks for Jesus into our shirt thing.
Yeah, you probably should. I kind of want to name the show that this week. It's kind of a long title, though, because I'm not going to use the number 4, you know.
Right.
So it's either that or Retainer with Teeth. I'll have to figure it out. All right.
They're both pretty good.
So what do we got here? Let's do... I got some Q of the W answers that filtered in.
Shit. All right.
So the first ones I have are going back to the Roller Girl name.
Yeah, I say we're on a goofy schedule, unfortunately.
Yeah. This is throwing this and our Feetsball picks part off, which people were probably like, awesome.
Yeah.
So Cheeto Bandito sent in and said that his name would be Cheetle Bandito, not to be confused with Don Cheadle, because it's spelled like Cheetle. He said, why? Because like the dust on your fingers after eating Cheetos, I'm going to be all over you.
It's pretty good.
Or something, I don't know. And I mentioned in our Kik Group that you should go by the name of Beard Rinker, and I should go as Del Razor. So when they introduce us together, we're Beer Drinker and Del Razor.
That is so perfect.
Right? Matt from the Passers By podcast, speaking of, you can catch Tony and I on the newest episode, if you're listening to this. It's a
Not
new
only
show.
can you catch us, you better goddamn catch us.
That's the Passers By podcast.
Yes.
He suggested that my name should be Port and Stout, which I absolutely love the name. It's
pretty strong.
Pretty strong. Liz from Cocktails and Centaurs said Betty Clocker, which is a strong name. I like that one. And let's see. Yep, that's all I got for those.
I got one from Clint they put on our Facebook.
Okay.
It's Ivana Tripovich.
Oh, you kids and your names.
Kids in the name.
Always with the violence. Why can't it be giving hugs? Enough of that.
Hugs.
I only have one response for last week's.
I haven't posted anything.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to. So
yeah, me too.
That's probably on us.
I think we should probably, because I don't have a Q to W.
Oh no.
For this week.
Yeah.
Just roll it forward.
Yeah, that's probably a strong idea anyway. The Q of the W from last week, which is also going to be this week's.
That's right.
Was if you ever run in with Zool, what do you pick as your destroyer? So should I read the one I have or should I save it?
I think we should bank it.
Bank it? All right, we'll bank
Leave them wanting more.
Bank it, yeah.
It's the old. But we'll get to that
a week from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next episode will be post beer. Well, there'll be an enthusiast recapping Beer Fest. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit when we record too. But
plus we have another recording this Friday, Brian.
Oh my God, you're right. We actually will be recording 2 enthusiasts this week, won't we?
Yes, we're gonna be talking to. I don't know if it's Dev and Travis or if it's just Dev.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we're gonna be talking at least for sure Dev and maybe others from Snake Oil Comics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So that'll be awesome. So, we can recap, that, and we're going to see old Billy Redface, Bill Burr, this Sunday also. So
I can't wait.
That'll be awesome.
Awesome.
Good times shall be had by all.
Indeed.
I have declared it. So yeah, I guess. Let me pull up the. I forgot to pull them up already. Sorry about this, folks. I'm going to pull up our league real quick here because, last time we had a look-see, we were, I believe there was a 2-way tie for Party Bottom. Like, it wasn't all big devs. But then the rest of the week happened, and boy, did I shit the bed this week. I was, for the week, I was the Party Bottom. Because I only got 4 points, which means out of all the games, I got 4 of them right. This was a rough week for most of our league. Like, Neil was the best this week with 8 points.
That's my score.
Yeah, not this week. It wasn't. You got 6. You're losing your steam, Tony, because after six weeks, you have 45 points, and to keep your 8, you'd need 48 points.
That's
so
true.
You got to make it up this week. You got to get 11 right this week. Which, yeah, I figured so. So, anyway, right now, Big Dev, retook his place as Party Bottom, and Coach Beegs is up there with 50 points in first place, and our pal Garrett is in second place, right behind him with 49. they're starting to get some distance between the rest of us now.
Yeah, they are.
Like, it's only 3 and 4 points, but still, it's
All of us party bottoms here.
yeah. They might. We'll see if there's more separation this week. Boy, this week just it was another one. Like a couple weeks ago, there was one like this, or a few weeks ago. Was it? Yeah, week 2. We all were in single digits, and this week we were all in single digits. Actually, last week we all were except for Beegs. So, yeah, we're as a league stinking.
Boy, if we were actually like betting games
Yeah.
for money, Vegas would love us.
Yeah, they certainly would. Because all we'd be doing is handing them money. Be handing them
Boy,
50s
would we.
when we should have handed them 20s, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It was worth it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So, yeah, I think that's all I got. Because I didn't really have many stories, because I figured most of the show was going to be Key West recap. So,
Yeah, the old recap.
yeah. And we're sitting right at 2 hours, so I think it's
Seems about right then, eh?
right on. So,
Got a toothy horse in my lap. This is weird.
well, you'll do that. Tell them more Key West stories? Anyway.
Hey, don't chew. That's mine. Don't chew on my shit.
It's not retainer with toothy horse.
The toothy horse doesn't need a retainer. That's
Well,
for sure.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
As always, I guess at this point, this is where we tell yous kids to go to saltylanguage.com and have a look-see at all the fun things that Tony does on the website.
All the stuff and stuffs.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
You can, if you haven't already caught up on The Enthusiast, do that. All the back episodes are there. So you can go all the way back in the catalog. Start at the very beginning, because that's how you should do it.
Damn straight.
You'll catch up quick. It's only 221 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. We only clocking in like 2 hours, whatever.
And 20, how many ever enthusiasts. So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes we're less than 2 hours.
Yeah, it's just a couple of days. No big deal.
Fine. Stop bitching, people.
Right. Just get yourself a nice case of air sodas. And
Quit your bitch, air
Right,
sodas.
I know,
I
right?
love the fact. It's a great name for. Huh? We're about done.
Okay. You're going to hear me yelling if you don't.
Okay. Hold on, Brian. Apparently there's a crisis out in the living room.
Okay.
Yes. And we're back from the Crisis in the Living Room 2015.
Right. Gotta say,
Ah,
that's the latest in the show we've ever taken a break.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
we were just about to wrap her up. But now, bonus story!
So apparently, like the dog, she's getting pretty good about being potty trained. Doggy update. But her thing now is she'll like come and just stare at you
Mm-hmm.
and just like bark and make noises and stuff, and you take her out, all's well. Like for instance, we have a thing we've trained her now. When we're eating dinner, because we did stuff for our last dog, she's not in the dining room, so we want no dogs in her begging.
Sure, yeah.
So yesterday, the kids and I were eating dinner, because Jeannie was doing her belly dancing,
Mhm.
and the dog's laying in her kennel, and she's just staring at us, and she just keeps going, making all these crazy noises. And we're like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you, when my stomach make noises like that, it's time to get to a bathroom. Yeah.
That was my thought was like, because a lot of times when we start eating dinner, we feed her. I'm like, I didn't forget to feed her.
Oh,
And
right.
I'm like, well, she's gonna have to wait because I'm not stopping our dinner to whatever.
Right, yeah.
So we clean up dinner, and she goes out in the kitchen, and just the biggest puddle of piss comes out of her.
Uh-huh. So she
Yeah.
was holding it. She was letting you know she needed to
Yeah,
go.
She's like, I
Yeah.
gotta go. But so what happened out here is the dog's been running around playing like a maniac, and lately, like the last 5 or 10 minutes, she's been hanging around me. I'm not really sure why. Well, apparently, without warning and all the playing, she just decided to just drop an A-bomb on her rug.
Yeah.
That would be an ass bomb.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a very nice rug that my wife really likes.
Well, it was. No, I'm kidding.
Was
Yeah.
until it got defiled.
Yeah, yeah.
But so yeah, we had to stop what you're doing before the dogs are gonna ruin
Yeah. The
rug that
rug in the
advertises
style.
when
Yeah. That you're used to. Yeah.
that I'm used to.
Man, that's, yeah.
So yeah, a little loaf cleanup, and we're back to business, Brian.
Right. Oddly enough, Tony now has a dog up for adoption.
Weird.
Free to a good home. Or an okay home.
Or not.
Or just free.
Or a junkyard.
Or someone who just hangs up shirts and stuff and then gets arrested. I don't know, whatever.
Perfect.
Probably not.
Probably not.
All right. Well, that's it then, right?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, I was telling you about saltylanguage.com, but you already knew about saltylanguage.com because it's your homepage. Saltylanguage.com.
If it's not your homepage, you're an asshole.
Right. You should have saltylanguage.com bookmarked already.
Exactly.
Like, it just, boom, just pops right up, ready to go.
When people at work are like, did you just see that thing on HuffPo? I'm like, what? That's not saltylanguage.com. I don't know what you're talking about.
Not
That's
at
the
all.
only spot on the internet to go.
If you're gonna be doing some Amazon shopping for whatever is coming up, or if you're starting your Christmas shopping already, whatever, swing by saltylanguage.com, click on the Amazon link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and they throw us like a few shekels for referrals, and let's see. You can also click on the Patreon link if you'd like to help us out, support the show that way. You can pledge like $1 a month, up to as much as you'd like a month, or do a one-time deal. Once they charge you, yank the money, whatever.
If I were these friendly folks at home, I would easily do $1,000 a month.
Yeah,
every month.
I don't think that's unreasonable. Now, I didn't do an official shut up and take my money, but let's just say the original Batmobile from nice, the '66 Batmobile is up for. It's available for the low price of $5 million.
Okay, seems reasonable.
Right, so people, if they throw in Patreon money and stuff, they can help me get to that price.
It's true.
Because, who wouldn't want to see me driving the Batmobile?
I was thinking with enough Patreon subscribers, Brian, we could easily, complete with maybe like studio audience benches, open up shameless plug Key West.
That would be awesome. I like this idea a whole lot, actually. I'm in.
Perfect.
Now, that will help us finance the Wizard Tower down the road. We're not asking you folks to directly finance the Wizard Tower. We know that's ridiculous.
It is. We're asking for your seed money.
Just kidding. But, anyway, so, Tony and I have been talking. We're going to try to, I'm going to try to, probably in the next couple weeks, maybe get another shirt design done for us, and we'll see about putting up another shirt or something, or multiple shirts. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll get frisky and put up 14, karate kicks for Jesus or something.
Maybe.
We need to do a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or something for karate kicks for Jesus.
What, the documentary?
Yes.
Just karate kicking thing?
Yes, we'll just use your video as the thing. Like, we want to make a full-length movie out of it.
Like, wait, this is a 13-second shoddily shot Instagram video?
Yeah, think how much better it would be if we had some money.
You're like, now remember Johnny Hollywood? The kids these days, they love their snappity chat. They love their vines. This 13 seconds video is gold.
Obviously, yeah. I can't believe you put it up for free. That should have been a Patreon exclusive. We'll start generating karate kicks for Jesus content for Patreon users.
Oh my gosh, we might actually get more Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, start kicking down like old ladies or something.
That's fair. I mean, sometimes you just got to karate kick an old lady for Jesus.
Sometimes you got to karate kick anything for Jesus.
For Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Karate kick Satan out of your life.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. At the bottom of saltylanguage.com, you can also see all the fanciful networks that we're part of, such as Tangent Bound Network, Musings of a Geek Network. Network sounds kind of weird. That's either a really creepy way of saying, hickeys, or you've had some network, like your Peyton Manning. Oh, yeah, I was like, or your Peyton Manning, yeah.
True.
Let's see. Where did I leave off? Wicked Radio Network, and, of course, the favorite of all the kids.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment Network.
I just like that sound effect.
Yeah, we all do. So, yeah, if you want to contact the show, go to the website. It's got all our contact info. The best way generally is hit us up on the Twitter machine. Well, actually, the best way now is the Salty Language, the SL Pod Kik Group. So if you're on Kik, hashtag SL Pod.
It's become a pretty active group all of a sudden.
It certainly is. So, do that. But otherwise, you can hit us up on the Twitter machine at the at salty_language. You can find me at Stunamiao. No, it's Stunami, but I switched for the month. So anyway, what's your Twitter handle, sir?
I am at Monotony.
And for your Instagram.
If you want to see the Karate Kicks for Jesus video, you have to dig through my feed a little bit by now, but I am the Monotony.
Yeah. All right. And with that, I guess, I got nothing else. So have a beer, you'll be fine.
Oh, way too many, Bryan.
No, Tony. On deck, son. Only a couple more days.
I know. The final leg of my Destroy My Body tour.
Yep. Sad to see it come to an end.
But, stay salty.
And karate kick for Jesus.
Nice.